Especially when it's Soul, right?
Gotta go for the 6th round start again. Not much of a punish to follow up.
And they're holding that Bandit Bringer in the air just enough for the drills underneath to go away. It was a very smart move from Sleepy Justin there.
Counter hit, forces the burst out. Unsummons theirs. That's an amazing 6P.
Yeah, and he gets the full conversion.
Oh, looked for the command though, actually, with the protection of the opposed, with the dash underneath 5K.
Yeah, pushes them all the way to the corner. There it is again with the delayed second hit of the Bandit Revolver.
Oh, and then another counter hit to break the wall here.
Yeah, he caught him trying to press something there on Wake Up. And just running up and grabbing through a pose. No fear. See, Sleepy Justin is constantly moving forward.
Yeah, has a good read on the timings here from Warchild also.
Oh, and that quick change straight into Pierce to knock him out of the Ground Viper.
Oh, but 2 big counter hits in a row into this extended combo. It's going to break the wall with the super. This is so much damage here. Warchild is so far behind. Positive bonus already racked up for Sleepy Justin.
Oh, and using the first move of the Bandit Revolver to try and get a little bit closer there. Neat movement option, but Warchild just woke up with a 5P.
Air dash in. Okay, a little bit too far. He's gone for the delayed second hit every single time, and Warchild is just now starting to blow this up.
And there it is every time, too. Sleepy Justin is able to just grab him through a pose. He just knows.
Too early, though. There's another 6P. Starting to get a little too predictable there.
Going up the frog to cover a jump out. And it's going to be a wall break. Not enough meter to get the kill, but he's getting some positive bonus here.
I mean, I respect that.
So nice, he DP'd twice.
I mean, if you're Soul and you have SDP, why wouldn't you go for it again?
Yeah, SDP is incredibly difficult to punish for sure. It has such quick recovery.
Drills, why not? Continue on. If he's going to poke from that distance and kind of disrespect the fact that you have one of the best wake-up reversals in the game, you might as well swing it again.
I really like how Justin is just using Bandit Revolver to just move forward in this situation.
Continuing to try and use it. Oh! Reversal with the Vortex, and he'll follow up afterwards.
Oh yeah, fishing him out of the sky with that close S, but then he drops the combo.
Yeah, we're looking for the 2H to follow up, a little too slow. For your delay, good punish, but not too consequential.
Here, Sleepy just trying to throw out some buttons, maybe trying to preemptively stuff Eddie. That is something very important to do in that matchup. The just block, though, unfortunately, not working out in his favor, putting him in enough range to get command grab there from Zato.
And there's the jump in. Warchild looked significantly better that matchup. And I think it's a lot what you said. It was more just Eddie positioning.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a lot more content to keep Eddie closer to him as kind of the wall between him and Soul. That is something really important, to make sure you know where Eddie is at all times and how your opponent reacts to him. We saw that Sleepy Justin in that round right there was not stuffing Eddie at all. He was attempting to towards the end, but he needs to throw out maybe some more 2Ss, 2Ks, a little bit faster buttons that hit low to try and knock Eddie out, and then he can start pressing his offense.
Yeah, maybe a little... Needs to be a little more careful about the meter spending, I think, too. Things like Vortex PRC, I think, can be a very strong idea, but you're not in situations where you need to be throwing like the kitchen sink at him yet. We still have more traditional weaponry before we need to bust into Vortex PRC.
Yeah, for sure.
Low crush, there's another command throw. It's a punish, actually. Woke up with something.
May have woke up with a reverse MVP, possibly. Oh, tried to breaking wall. Underman, there's the bait of the burst. We're going to push all the way to the corner, most likely for a wall break here, but drops the second hit of the dust.
Yeah, and the drop is so crucial. It sends Warchild back to mid-screen. We're breaking the wall with the super here. He's going to have the advantage. Positive bonus. Chipp will kill here for Sleepy Justin.
Yeah, and I like that. Using Invite Hell immediately on his wake up to catch him if he has the awareness enough to FD on wake up there.
So far, it's looking turned on its head here from Warchild. DP comes through, does break out of the pressure, but that far slash presses him full screen away.
And there it is. Again, he's just getting grabbed through a pose every single time. But nice pickup here from Sleepy Justin. Not enough to break the wall, but getting good positioning.
Yeah, honestly better that it didn't break the wall now, because if he does get the hit in any capacity here, he can super and break and kill. There's a great spend into the meter.
Yeah, remember, YRC does kill Eddie, and there's a big counter hit, gonna finish it off with the 5K.
That's what I was talking about with meter. Sleepy Justin perfectly implementing YRC there to break Eddie, gets a huge advantage afterwards. That's a round-winning spending of meter.
Yeah, YRC is incredibly important in this matchup, in particular, against all other characters.
Double Pierce and a frog! Oh, Clash was mashing. This is Warchild is turning up on him right now.
Yeah, he is just going ham here. And he's going to RC to break the wall. He's about to gain that meter back. Definitely worth cashing out on it.
Out of 6H, whiffs the DP twice in a row. There's the RC this time.
Yep, and now he has a massive life lead. Might as well just sit back and play a little bit of the zoning game. And Warchild takes it 2-0 now. 2-1, excuse me, with the Clash.
Yeah, when you see Sleepy Justin jump there, I don't think there's anything he can do that you're afraid of. As Warchild, if you dash forward, if he IEDs, you can easily get the trade. If he starts charging Bandit Bringer, you can just block. You can potentially 6P if you're feeling ballsy. That's just a winning situation there from Warchild. And great to recognize so quickly that it's one of those rare situations where Zato is absolutely looking to approach Soul.
Yeah, for sure. I really like the way that he has absolutely turned this around, because that very first game really felt like it was all Sleepy Justin.
Absolutely. I mean, first game's data. A wise man once said.
Exactly.
Duel 1.
Gun to what could potentially be the final game here if Warchild can keep up this momentum. Sleepy Justin, though, as always, I mean, the reason why Soul is such a strong character, I mean, on top of his abundant tools, we are one far slash away from going to the next round.
And I really like the way that Warchild is just using that standing H in order to play a footsies game. He knows that a big counter hit standing H will do a lot. Oh, PRCing on the invite held to keep the pressure going. There's the 2S to kill Eddie. That is the kind of adjustments that Sleepy Justin needs to make.
Starting sneaking a little more 2Ks also, but Warchild very aware, starting to be so much more defensive with his Eddie.
Yeah, this is definitely a much more zoning game. There's the gold burst straight in the sword, put Eddie on top of him, get that pressure going. And right here in the corner, exactly where Zato likes to have you.
And honestly, none of that was like safe pressure from Warchild. Warchild just tested him to see if he knew how to deal with unsummoned drills. And Sleepy Justin didn't have a lot of answers for it. That was great for Warchild.
Yeah, now we're sitting on set point here. And there, see, this situation, Sleepy Justin constantly wins. The situation of opposed into Drunkard Shade Frog. He just runs straight through it.
And this is all of this damage. Everything that's happening here is just a consequence of that one interaction. The wall is gone, and so is his life bar.
Yeah, about 90% of it.
Dash up though again, burst for momentum. 6S in the corner to catch a backdash. Sleepy Justin.
Yeah, he's still in this, still alive. Round start situation. Warchild going for the 2S at round start, kind of a scary thing to do. It's very, very difficult to contest Soul at round start in this matchup. I like that. IAD into nothing.
No, see, again, Drunkard behind. Now Sleepy Justin closes the gap. Luckily, he doesn't overcommit this time.
Oh, using breaking the law to move himself back, put himself in more of a neutral situation here.
Over, Bandit Bringer blocked. Good backdash from Sleepy Justin. No, he drops his combo, though.
But he gets the 5K, forcing Warchild to burst there.
Double Vortex. Text to throw. Over to H, puts it back on the ground. Nice trade.
The backdash, but he catches him with the BRC.
Punished fully, though. He's still alive. One more touch here for Justin. The block to Pierce. Frog. Not too much damage here. Plenty of meter still for FD, and Chipp is not a factor yet.
Burst is now back on deck, though, for Sleepy Justin.
Oh, and he might have lost the round off that BRC.
Yeah,
his BRC unfortunately puts him in a situation where he has no meter to be able to stop the Chipp currently, I would say. Definitely in the top half of the catch. Potemkin, though, can be an incredibly difficult matchup here.
Shouts to JDog2009 for subscribing. We definitely appreciate it.
The greatest Nemesis player to bless the earth. I love you, buddy.
Now, this matchup is actually really interesting. Kai versus Potemkin. Kai is definitely going to want to be trying to keep Potemkin at that far slash like tipping range, but Potemkin has the tools to get in, as you can see right here.
Crossed him up. Oh, so many counter hits. Leohart kind of forced a burst there.
Yeah, Mega Fist is such a powerful option, powerful tool to allow Potemkin to get in. Of course, along with Hammerfall and all his different armored options, he's going to have to be leaning into those a lot to try and shut down this fireball gain from Leohart.
Bro, Nerd, 3 months of Tier 1 gifted to Yatagarasi. Thank you so much, Nerd. Appreciate you as always being here, dude.
And that was really smart there. Now, Kai using his multi-hitting normals to break through Potemkin's armor, using the stun dipper to break out of the slide, or break out, sorry, the hammerfall there was a great option. But his life is still healing. Huey only needs 1 touch to take this. And there it is.
Again, the Kara Mega Fist getting so much mileage off it. He had a couple of the dirtiest cross-ups I've ever seen with Potemkin in 1 round.
Potemkin, yeah, deceptively technical character.
Oh, one of the highest execution in the game for sure, and that is the best way to punish here. You might be tempted to combo, but that builds less meter for them for the same amount of damage. Always Pot Buster there.
And just there it is. Incredibly smart awareness from Huey to know that he can jab out of Fondue Arc. That is a great reaction. You don't see it happen too often.
Now, the next layer of the metagame has been shown. He's starting to flick these projectiles here. Kai's going to need to be a little more respectful, but not on wake up if he's going to wake up like that.
Yeah, DP, Kai's DP hitting as far as it does is definitely going to have to make Huey think about his Garuda on Oki, but you don't need Garuda if you can just grab them.
Yeah, no think, only Pot Buster. That's what we'd love to see there, and that is so smart from Huey. If you're going to go for the YRC there, if the other player has not represented the most aggressive possible option at every point of the match, DPing everywhere, mashing everywhere, I feel like that is almost a free Pot Buster there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if they attempt to DP, Pot Buster will beat DP because throws do beat reversals in this.
Yeah, as long as you time it correctly. So let's see if Leohart can get some adjustments coming through. Huey, a lot of it was just Huey played incredibly solid, and he knew where to take his shots. I mean, if you have the open shot, you always got to take it. Look for the Pot Buster as often as possible without being predictable about it, right?
Yeah, he specifically knew how to work around Kai's fireball game pretty immaculately.
Yeah, fireball game really isn't it for Kai in this matchup. It needs to be more a Clot. Clot is your strongest tool for sure.
There he is, he's just giving him the Ric Flair chop there from full screen.
Dude, Nerd again, 3 months of Tier 1. This time to Big Fat, dude. Thank you so much, Nerd. Again, as always, man. I appreciate you so much.
And that's the first round. Gone in a blink there. Yeah, Leohart is still trying to lean into these fireballs, but Huey has already shown he knows how to work through it. So Leo, there it is, see? With the counter hit, Mega Fist. Leo definitely needs to change up his approach somehow here.
That's a combo. 2 hits.
Oh, the fully charged 5D to get the full pickup. Into the wall break.
6H to break it here. Plenty of meter for Leohart. Yeah, that's an amazing call. Ground Star Stun Dipper so strong.
Push him all the way to the other corner here. Oh, just ducking underneath the Pot Buster.
This time he's going to go for the burst off of that. And that is the power of abusing YRC, is Huey YRCs, and because he won the last face-to-face situation like that so hard, he got a burst out of Leohart. You use a mechanic of the game, not even specifically to your own character, so well that you can enforce people to burst. That is a huge showing from Huey.
I mean, that's what grapplers like to do, right? They put the fear of God in you. That just the threat of Pot Buster is enough to make you do absolutely anything to get away from
absolutely
it.
Agreed.
But yeah, so far this has been all Huey with a 2-0 now. Leohart's definitely going to have to find something deep in him to climb back.
Yeah, a lot of it is about if you are able to get a block string on Potemkin, the way that you structure it is very important because you are able to kind of impose your will because his defensive options are not so great. He has one very powerful defensive option that doesn't cost meter in back Mega Fist, but there are a lot of ways to keep yourself non-committal enough to where you can reaction punish it.
Yeah, and that was a great round start 2S from Leohart. Oh, here we go, going for the tick throw.
There we go, continuing that pressure on. No reason to give him that room if you respect Potemkin too much.
Oh, with the counter hit, and it's going to wall splat. Could have gone for a super there for the kill, but probably wasn't ready for it.
It's okay, still able to close out the round, and that is the difference between Leohart playing with confidence. He stopped leaning into the fireball, started being aggressive. You can play the close range game with Potemkin as long as it's on your terms. Leo played that perfect.
especially a character like Kai. Kai is actually very good in close range, especially against characters like Potemkin. So he needs to try and enforce that because his other options aren't working out.
Oh, but yeah, see, when the tables are turned, not a lot to do.
Yeah, and he held that to try and bait out the burst. Good burst option from Leohart, waiting until the next hit.
He stopped the Stun Dipper, not deterred though, is Leohart.
Japanese got him here into the corner, exactly where he wants him.
Oh, fake the run up throw this time. Okay, 2 more touches.
Get that OTG into heavy stun edge here. And look at this pressure, and there it is! Huey is so good at mashing out of these fondue arcs.
Fully charged dust. Nah, not gonna be enough damage here. Thundipper connects again. And it is enough to kill with the Vapor Thrust. I was scared because 2H can sometimes scale the combo in an odd way. A lot of the time you see people go like close slash, like 2S, far S, far heavy is like a pretty common string there. 2H is like the more, 2H is the tournament combo for sure.
Yes, absolutely. But hey, Leopard has shown he's starting to adjust now. He has a point up on the board. Let's see if these adjustments can keep carrying through or if Huey's going to have an answer back to him.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is coming off of Leohart recognizing that Huey was playing the anti-fireball game immaculately. And Leo taking the fight to Huey has been the difference maker.
But this round start situation is going to be really important again. Are we going to see Leohart back up? Huey try to press in?
It's been a lot of, yeah, I was going to say, it's been a lot of 2S from Leohart, rightfully so. We're going to try to go for 2H.
Again, trying to lean into that fireball game. You got to be careful.
Missed his car, but that's okay, no punish. He's able to get the burst out there with a Mega Fist. There's a great conversion.
Yep, right to the heat knuckle, sending him all the way to the corner. Oh, the big Mega Fist to get a PRC to get the better scaling. Here's the Pop Buster, and not quite enough to kill.
Oh no, close slash into the super. That's going to be an easy punish. Leohart back on his feet, has an opportunity now.
And
has no opportunity.
Yeah, runs face first into the Mega Fist. All right, now Leohart's going to back off of the round start this time.
Oh, 2D counter hit.
Yep.
DP though, these are a little mistimed from Huey on his attempts at Garuda.
Yeah, he's not holding on to that at all. And yet just a little too early on the meaty Pop Buster there.
Oh, not too early this time. Well, put him on skates.
You ever just get full screen command grab, bro?
Oh, and that is a combo from that distance. The execution from Huey, you love to see it. I feel like Nagoriyuki is not top one. This is one of those matchups where he looks human.
I think this might be one of Nagoriyuki's absolute worst matchups.
I agree. Absolutely agree.
So it's going to be Tsukuyoni here against aCan.
aCanOfPatience, my boy.
And my bad.
Very good. In nice instant air dash afterwards. See, with a good string of pressure, that's 2D, forces the burst here, but that's the greatest thing about Nagoriyuki. It's never over. Yeah,
and there's that just block on the second hit of the S string. That is really important. When you can establish that you know how to just block through that 3-hit string, it puts a lot of fear into Nagoriyuki. It allows you to punish a lot of what he can do.
Ooh, we got the bite. Was a little too patient after the bite, though.
Oh, trying to jump out. Thought the bite was going to come again.
Blade, no burst. Continuing to hold on to it. Is not willing to give it up. Had 200 meter and a burst. Chooses to use none of it. Oh, that's a really tough end of that round.
And here we go. Tsukuyoni trying to create some space again. But Patience is playing very patient, picking and choosing his spots. Gets the burst, too.
Counter hit. Goes forward, gets the bite, party time.
Yeah, this should be death here.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you get bit by Nagoriyuki, if he has 2 blood or more, the whatever happens next is that's TOS.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna Fukio forward twice, and there's not a lot you can do to fight it.
Yeah, it's never over as Nago. All you need is 50 blood and a dream.
Yeah, I mean that's the most important thing. And honestly, the coolest thing about the character is I love that he is designed just in a way that truly he's the ultimate comeback character. He bites you once, and it's so skewed in his favor, regardless of results, regardless of the set count, meter count, anything.
You mean the ultimate robbery character?
We take those.
We do take those. As a robbery main, yes, we do.
It goes backwards, try to catch TK.
Again, Tsukuyoni is showing really great defense when it comes to just blocking, but he's just not able to get out of Patience's pressure here. And already, immediately, a first round done. With a perfect, too. Tsukuyoni's not even getting a chance to spend his meter.
Great counter hit. Try to go for that same reset again. aCanOfPatience, living up to the name, was able to get the throw afterwards.
All right, now Tsukuyoni, yeah, that 6P. Patience is just putting those 6Ps into the perfect places that he needs them to be.
Yeah, has been breaking out of a ton of block strings here from Ram. I'm not sure if it is block strings that need to be tightened up by Ram, or if aCanOfPatience is just innovating the metagame before us.
Again, see, just 6P, but not quite enough range to get the OTG on the 6H.
5K gets the trade out. PRC goes low after the PRC.
Yeah, and he's going to get the full conversion into wall break. Last hit of the Rekka will kill.
That was so tricky. You never expect the low. Nobody ever goes watch this and goes low. Dude, really smart stuff there.
Yeah, triple hit series here. Counter hit on the Beyblade. This is going to hurt. Watch that health melt.
Not the Fukio forward. Wants to hang on to the distance. And doesn't hang on to the distance for long. One hit /Fukio forward bites to end a perfect round. aCanOfPatience, that is a huge statement mix-up.
Yeah, the way he's playing Nagoriyuki is, well, for back of a letter term, very patient, but explosive at the same time. You know, he's waiting for those opportunities to strike, but when he does, he's exploding into his offense. Not like a lot of Nagoriyuki you see, they do play that patient game where they pick and choose their spots, but they just try to keep pushing or inching forward. He immediately capitalizes and goes all in.
Round start DP. Too much there. Far slash. Actually cancel clone off of far slash from that distance.
Again, he's going to get the wall splat here. Opts not to use the super, wants to hold on to the meter. And Tsukuyoni just on his heels, not able to really get anything started. Best super
Max. This is wakes up with a super of his own that is going to connect. Oh, dude, one wake up super deserves another, and we are on potential set point here. aCanOfPatience. Round start anti-air Beyblade. Look at the damage.
Yeah, that putting so high in the air, but unfortunately just a little too high, not able to pick up with the far slash. But he doesn't need it, though. All he needs is one more conversion to take this entire set.
Yeah, the RC down with a great idea. RC side switches to get the corner control.
Throwing out the higher sword, putting herself into the corner, though. This could be the final mistake for Tsukuyoni.
Oh, try to fake the bite this time, and then close slash into the 2K. Close slash got just blocked. And it's another one of those rare situations where it was kind of
incredibly solid player. And I know they know how to fight melee. We've seen that. So we'll see how Sam can move around Eddie and Zaka.
Oh, not much movement at the beginning there. That is off of one counter hit. Look at the life bars already. HouseOfBacon presses the advantage.
Yeah, and throwing out double frog there to try and cover Milia's air approach. Very smart.
Had an unsummon opportunity, but instead just opts straight into the sword. So Sam back in control here.
Yeah, and this is all Millia needs to put you into the blender and not let you escape.
The FD break in the air twice in a row.
Yeah, we're already tied up in resources and health here. Going for the immediate super.
Yeah, just wants some breathing room, some time to think. That's worth it.
And see this air momentum here from Millia. It's so hard to handle if you don't have any great anti-airs. Frog can only leap so high.
Controller on the ground, though. Has him locked down now. Sam tried to run up and go for the 2-8 to trade. Millia almost is able to convert.
Yeah, the faster button.
Reach.
PRC upwards, but still gets hit. That was an incredibly smart move there from Sam, but unfortunately HouseOfBacon was ready with the anti-air 5P.
Dude, super high level from both players back to back here. Sam showing the awareness off. The light disc is able to 6P through it.
All right, HouseOfBacon has Sam locked down here in the corner, using Frog to catch it, and gets the burst too.
Luckily, that was a no Eddie burst punish.
But here's Eddie now, using that sword to get Eddie right back in and maintain that pressure. You see Sam trying to blink FD to create a little bit of space, but it's not working out too much.
Again, into the drills, tries to go for the triple overhead. Nice defense, but dude, I feel like 5D is unblockable. I feel like I watch on Twitter, I see all these Zatos, they're like, here is this 7-way 19 option. You have a 6% chance of blocking it, and if you don't block it, you have a 99% chance of dying mix-up. And then I watch matches, and they just hit everyone with 5D. We are not even at the point where they need their 16-way stuff.
I seem to remember back before the game came out, people were like, 5D's so slow.
Bro, I can't, no one can block it.
Yeah, it may be slow, but you're getting hit by it.
Oh, House of Bacon, man. First game.
Pretty decisive first game there, too. Sam was really shining when they were able to really move around in the air. House of Bacon wasn't doing a great job at anti-airing, but on the ground, House of Bacon is absolutely dominating this matchup.
Pushed a little far away there with the far slash. Double frog and blocks the burst. What a read on that burst.
And it should be death. Straight into Amorphous. Is this going to do it? Say jam? There it is.
Millia got no life, man. Not much to do there.
Again, that 2P around start. I've seen a lot of really great Zato, high-level Zato players starting to use those light buttons immediately to try and press some offense.
Okay, Frog actually wins the day there. Counter hit on the sweep. Look at the juggle into the sword. Wall is broken, and breaking the wall with sword is so important. Look at the Eddie gauge, full and ready to rock.
Yeah, and all it takes is a couple blocks. Already pushed back into the other corner. 5D again.
It's like magic. The
Yeah.
5D is like magic. It just seems to always work.
Yeah, an absolutely explosive game there from House of Bacon, dominating. Sam really needs to figure out how to turn this around, figure out what mistakes they're making. I really think, just as a humble commentator here, that Sam maybe needs to lean more into the air approach. That seems to be where they're winning a lot of these scrambly situations. House of Bacon's not really showing that they know how to anti-air Millia coming down directly on them, but when you try to play this just vertical game, Zato dominates there.
I absolutely agree, but the issue here is that House of Bacon is never letting Sam even get off the ground. Because Sam is actively seeking to look for these air approaches, just like this. He's doing a great job with it. It's just the rounds are ending so quick, he's not getting access to it. There it is.
Counter hit JH, immediately had to burst. House of Bacon didn't have Eddie. Oh my god, counter hit 2H. Did you see the hitbox on that?
The sword is able to jump over.
And the Compel kills Eddie too.
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad for House of Bacon. Wall is potentially going to break here, but he wakes up with the 5P, recognizes the fake disc.
6P to kill Eddie, immediately canceling the 6P into the roll.
Go for the dash up 6P there instead of the throw. Double close slash, hair car knockdown, one mix up to go.
All right, Sam is doing a lot better in this matchup.
Very nice. And that has just been, like you said, the air approach is better. Sam finally had access to it. A lot of these rounds have been lost off of ground start decisions.
6P create a little bit of space, catching with a very tip of frog here.
Throw. Just for the OTG. Look for Lush Shaker. Wake up throw from House of Bacon. Breaks him out of jail.
Yeah, I like the idea there from Sam, but just a little too quick. Not quite meaty enough, but there's the counter hit JS. This is going to be a full combo. Wall break. Yeah, and he gets it with the 5D.
BRC forward. Looking to end this early if possible. Invite hell into the drills.
Air dashing backwards to keep yourself in the air. Oh, there's the burst. Very scary situation to burst there. House of Bacon was walking backwards, but unfortunately he threw out a button.
BRC to get the air throw. Actually gets the gold burst out of House of Bacon.
That is incredibly good. Even if Sam isn't able to take this round, taking that burst is very vital.
Oh, and off the block YRC just like that. Even though it's not a one round, there are a lot of big. You got to win the war, not the battle. You know?
Exactly. It's a marathon.
Oh, but off a throw like that can turn into 100 meters real quick.
Yeah, and that's
another 2D.
That's something really important there for what you'll start to see more in high-level play is you'll get the hit and just give up the conversion for the throw. Testing to see if they're ready for that. When most players get hit, they're just content to go, okay, I got hit, I'm just going to hold back.
Help broke Eddie again, but he's able to interrupt straight away with the 2Ps. BRC to get over, that's only a punish because of the slowdown.
not able to block the YRC here. All right, Sam finally blocks the 5D, this time jumping out of the 6K.
Gold burst again, somehow he still had the
In
meter.
his sword, and he wasn't blocking, but that might work out in his favor now. Now he doesn't have to hold all that eddy pressure. Well, never mind, he's back in the corner again.
Well, about that eddy pressure. Okay, max meter here for House of Bacon. Just needs to find room to throw the sword, and he's back in this, but no Lust Shaker.
Lust Shaker taking it, and Sam finally putting a point up on the board here, showing some life. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, House of Bacon. If House of Bacon ever got reestablished in neutral, I think the set just ends. 200 meter, he throws the sword once. He has 50 meter to correct one error or to convert. Dude, really good on Sam to press the advantage there. It's been rare for Millia to have big advantages over Zato in these situations, so you have to wring them out for everything they're worth every single time you have the chance. Speaking of Millia, my favorite Millia, Yurikov in the chat. 8 months, bro. I love you, buddy.
Chugging the alcohol there in the chat. All right, see, yeah, this air approach is definitely what is allowing Sam to win a lot more of these situations. But like you said, House of Bacon is trying to shut down Millia even getting the chance to go into the air.
Love that. Sam is starting to approach House of Bacon's defense in a really calculated way.
Oh, BRCing forward at the roll to get the throw punish.
Yeah, House of Bacon has been mashing 5 PM wake up quite a lot. Sam is starting to throw in fake discs and just dashing up and blocking afterwards.
And there's a real disc this time. Sticks to the wall, gonna get the 5D to break it.
For reference too, when people say fake disc, they just mean you delay it to where it's not technically a meaty, it's not actually trapping them. You're intentionally leaving them down. Oh! Oh, into the low.
That was kind of clean.
Dude, Sam looking so good on the entire string there.
Yeah, Sam is definitely turning it up here. Just needs to take this round to even things up. That's the momentum swing that you need here, and there's the wall break. Zato already down 50% HP.
The double overhead forces the burst out House of Bacon.
And remember, Zato is a character with 0 guts, so when you look at the life bar, what you see is what you get.
Double cross up, faked the double overhead, last hit will
Oh,
decide
GG
it.
rolled through BRC combo. Look at that. That is clean.
Dude, amazingly well executed there from Sam to make it another game in a row.
Sam is schmoving now.
Dude, this is just an incredible showing from Sam, top to bottom, is adapting to the way that House of Bacon is playing defense and finding ways to enforce offense. Sam is not trying to thread the needle anymore. Sam has a hammer and a chisel and is making a bigger hole. Like, this is working out so well for him.
Using some incredibly creative uses of meter on offense there. I love it. And yes, there has been multiple balance patches. We have had 2 balance patches in this game, and I feel like currently at the patch that we're in, very solid.
Yeah, they've been really healthy patches, mostly buffs. They have nerfed some things from characters, you know, but it's been good. It's been good so far.
But
Hazy, I hope you play this game.
Into our final game here, our first game 5 of tonight.
Certainly not the last. That round start Pierce there. House of Bacon made a big guess and it worked out so beautifully.
Yeah, but here's the command grab, gonna fill back up that eddy gauge in the corner too. Very scary.
Oh, and it's the wall broken here. The sword not quite gonna get the hit, and the 6P still enough though.
Shouts to Lena for gifting a sub. We appreciate you and everything we do. Everything you do.
Lena, you're the greatest. I love you. Thank you so much. And for the gift to Hazy too. I love you, Hazy. Oh, dude, these delays from Sam. We've seen Sam have explosive rounds already, but no pose. Okay.
Yep, House of Bacon now sitting on set point here.
Duel 2.
Both players having burst. Expect to burst early if Sam gets touched by anything.
Look at all this pressure just pushed all the way into the corner. Great defense here though from Sam, but gets hit by the 2D.
Okay.
Trying to run under. Immediately saw that Zato was flying, so tried to run under and anti-air him with Milia's close slash. One of the strongest anti-airs in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, I was able to burst out of the pressure this time. Didn't want to go for much else. Lust Shaker tried to go for the cancel afterwards. House of Bacon continue to just use flight, doing a good job being evasive, but evasiveness will not work forever. Zato does not have it like that to run for Millia.
Using that frog to stop Millia from jumping out. There's the YRC. Eddie is gone. This is Sam's chance, but HouseOfBacon still able to keep the pressure going until Eddie gets back.
5D too far away. Goes for it a second time in the same block string of Morphus. Isn't enough to kill.
It
is. Absolutely is.
And HouseOfBacon takes it 3-2 over Sam. A great showing. Wonderful match here.
Wow, those two. Stealthy coming up. Stealthy, a fantastic Axel player. Playing out of SoCal, I do believe. Against Kreator.
Giovanna. This matchup's always pretty interesting because I feel like even though Giovanna does have the restricted movement, she's so good at, right there. You blocked it and just moved right in.
Yeah, you have to be so careful as an Axel. Everything you do is a commitment regardless of the size of the button. So you have to be very careful against arguably the best whiff punisher in the game.
Kind of got the jockey for whatever space you can get here. Kreator just taking so much damage, but be able to cash out, doesn't go for the super.
The counter hit. Thought the burst was going to come out. Tried to delay again, I think. Missed the bomber.
Yeah, he would save. No, it gets hit actually. I was so sure that was going to be blocked.
Yeah, he went for jump S it looked like though. Stealthy was trying to press his advance a little too hard. Great wake up super from Kreator.
Slowly, dash blocking shades of Under Knight here, but this is how you have to play this matchup.
Oh, nice to turn up the heat and go for the dash in. Good on Kreator to use the burst too. It's actually one of the hardest characters to burst against.
Good at using cannon drill to get in, but pushing right back out. Stealthy, big anti-air. Look at this damage coming out.
He actually goes for the pull to reposition himself. Stealthy, so genius off of that.
Oh, it goes for the super plus frames. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so plus off of that. Still has burst. The first cross-up.
Situation, tries to poke out, gets it, PRC, and that's the round.
Yeah, PRC so smart to make sure for the confirm there. Even if it is blocked, you get a mix-up off that Stealthy, playing the odds.
Real comfortable right now, but 1-1 right now in rounds. Oh, and the reverse hit on that, I love it.
Always an amazing confirm. Goes for the 2D, spiral arrow connects. This is so much pressure here. Stealthy needs to start thinking about burst.
Yeah, health is a little low. You won't need another one this round, so you might as well spend it in a clutch moment. Oh, but both players about the same health.
Oh, not so much about the same health now. Tries to go for the cross up. Needs one more touch. Stealthy still holding on the burst, and there it is.
I love it, just holding on to it. Tries to go for the shimmy, instant burst out, gets the punish. Will this be enough with the PRC? Does have the second bar. PRC again! It's not enough!
No, he didn't have it. Didn't have Renson, didn't have Bomber. Tried to go for the arrow. No! He tried to go for the pull, and it does not work out. Kreator showing off the correct way to play against that. You see the pull happening, just hold up forward. You just get to kill him for it.
Oh, man. It was such a close, literally spending all the resources possible to try and close that out. But Kreator clutching it up, literally pixels.
Another really important note there is another potential way to try and end it for Stealthy there is during PRC, if you input another charge move, it will give you the charge time.
Yeah.
It just gives you the charge time for free and lets you input it. So he could have potentially gone for Rents and Cherry Bomb again to keep him full screen.
Yeah. But, clutch situations like that, you really have to be ready with it,
So hard. 2H, yeah, really good burst point.
Almost died for that anti-air, whipped it right in front of Kreator here, but Stealthy pushing towards the corner now, getting a little bit this pressure, and again, just playing musical chairs here.
Counter hit on the safe jump, straight into Bombers. Had meter, didn't want to spend it.
This pixel one that can fight Stealthy, and just a little love tap on the head, that's perfect.
Yeah, Stealthy had 2 full bars there to build up PRC, potentially just to correct errors. Tried to go for the Bomber confirmed, a little too far away.
Again, pushing into the corner, has great positioning here, the far S counter. Oh.
Far S into far S was the block string there. Kreator's getting greedy on these, I like that. I'm sniffing out a command grab here soon from Stealthy. Has not really opted into it a single time yet.
That is one of the most scariest things to deal with, is that super there in the corner, gonna have to deal with all of this here. Tries to backdash, gets clipped again, and saves the burst.
Yeah, of all the characters backdash against in the corner, Giovanna is one of the toughest because of how many of her moves press her forward like that.
Yeah, the close just whiffs so fast, too.
So 2K, nice little turn steals, going into some staggers. Kreator, perfect jump in.
And just like you said, just hold up forward, get that perfect opportunity.
Oh, 2S had already committed to the combo, but that's okay. Still a huge advantage here for Stealthy.
Pushing in. Oh, tries to backdash, but nice catch from 2S.
5Ps gets the counter hit, a little too far for Bombers. There's the commando
my
finally!
Goodness, there it is, super, and everyone's favorite combo, but unfortunately the wall was right there, so we couldn't get a little bit more there.
He missed it.
Oh, boy. He's gonna, yep.
He just whiff punishes him in the air. And the craziest thing was Stealthy did round start 5P, it connected, and that 6P was him trying to go for the super. He had the read in the beginning of the match, but it wasn't quite there.
But we picked it right back up, so that's all right. And but 1-1 here. Very, very, very clutch play. I am loving the play here from Stealthy. I'm starting to get a lot more comfortable poking out, you know, even though there were some scary whiffs earlier on, I feel like just being able to read Giovanna's movements a lot better now. Stealthy should be a lot more comfy here in this next match.
Yeah, fighting out of what I would definitely call a bad matchup here. This is one of the hardest matchups for Axel, I would say, just because of the, by virtue of Giovanna being able to punish so many of his normals like other players can't. He's safe by virtue of pressing you out a lot of the time. Giovanna with her dash cancel doesn't really care about that. And Stealthy is making this matchup look like workable.
Oh yeah. Very strong here, got a lot of great sequences. Kreator's gonna have to be a little bit more measured on the approach. Taking a lot of hits trying to move in.
He already pressed the corner here. Went for the flip. He low profiles the flip kick.
Anti-air. Oh, nice, gets the cross up. Gonna get some nice Oki, but gets the far S.
Far throw to follow through. Goes for the PRC late. Ends up going high.
Counter working out there. Stealthy now. Kreator not much health to play with.
2S into 2-8. Stealthy. Just making it happen once again. Puts another one down on the board. Kreator needs 2 in a row, which is such a tall task here against Stealthy. And I just want to say, BK Bam, I see you in the chat, homie. I know you're out here doing your big things. I mean, you working in medical, it's a time, right? So appreciate you doing what you do. We'll get you in a bracket eventually, dude. We're really excited to get to see you play. I need that false.
Hell yeah, you always love seeing FOSS players, but you know, I think we need to see a little bit more. Even though for Giovanna players, you want to move in, you want to keep dashing in and trying to get this pressure started. But you know, Stealthy's being really good at putting out normals just at the right timing. It just stuffs out all of these approaches.
After the block flip kick. 2S continuing to put in a massive amount of work here. Kreator, a counter hit, has already pressed the corner now.
Again, plus frames off the PRC. Right on the corner, needs to keep Stealthy here.
Yeah, but Tatsu was a little weak. Stealthy finds a way out, and this is going to be so much damage, potentially a kill. Go for the super. Max meter here.
Ooh, nice 6P anti-air, and the 2P whiff on the super. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally accepted as one of the weaker supers in the game, but when you have another 50 meters behind it, the RC, I think that fixes that.
I was almost a little worried. This thing has slow startup. If that 2P whiffed and still recovered.
Okay, blocks Tatsu, got a good contest afterwards. Back over the double overhead. Axel is doing most of the rush down here.
Again, super, but didn't really get too much off of it. Stealthy getting it started here in the corner, gets the PRC down. Bomber whiffs.
A little too far away. He backdashes the second hit of the flip kick. Kreator forced to burst for the momentum. Pressed him to the corner, but it's not going to be enough. Stealthy, 2K, 2D, 2H. Just about as good as it gets for the... Yeah, I mean, incredibly volatile matchup. Chipp, obviously a character that explodes, as we've said. And this is the ultimate character for exploding people.
Yes, Nago is the premier exploder.
DP is going to burst for momentum. Backdash to the light.
Oh, nice. Gets the command grab. Got caught sitting there. Ooh, that same side?
Yeah, it was.
All right, Marvelo mixing it up already.
Blocks the 2H. Follows through with the far slash confirm. YRC steals the turn back.
Okay, on the other side. It catches with the PRC. Yeah, Testyourluck, that early burst might have bit you in the butt there.
Yeah, and then dashes forward. Alpha Blade again to bait the attempt at the throw. Marvelo. A lot of tricks out for one round.
We'll get out already. You can see Testyourluck kind of stabilize here and just kind of calm calm down the Chipp monster that is Marvelo.
Nice whip punish. Really, really ballsy overhead attempt. Gets a counter hit and it's too far for the burst.
Again, bad situation here. Oh, it gets the closest juggle!
Now, what a read there. Testyourluck tries to go for the PRC. Oh, the PRC was too late.
I think the PRC is going to be another process. So he gets stuffed, and Marvelo just working on him right now. Oh my goodness!
But the jump K to finish it. Just foot on face. Good lord. Damn, so Marvelo, I mean, I was expecting a very grounded approach. He played very grounded, very whiff punish based last week. Marvelo has evolved. He is mixed in the air game now. Had some jump in 2Ks. Has the standard stuff set down too. As you see, like when you get the knockdown with Alpha Blade, going for the cross up, jump heavy is generally just the standard play at this point. I'm impressed.
Yeah, like you said, you know, he's been mixing up a lot more things. He's not as grounded as he used to be, so I'm loving this play from Marvelo. So let's see if Testyourluck can adjust.
FD on the second hit only, but there's still going to be a record to connect.
Trade there, gets the big jump in, jump heavy slash, tries to go for the mix, and then closest anti-air.
Yeah, and you got to come up for air at some point during those strings. The Beyblade continues to pressure here. Look at the blood gauge. Okay.
It's real close.
He Fukyos! No, the Fukyo!
Oh, tries to go for instant overhead, no, go a little bit too far, gets the YRC.
Full burst with mask back on FD for your life, but he tries to down back the 5D.
Amazing use of your full bar. That 5K, really so much work in that. Oh, look at that. The health on Chipp. Has to be so careful here. Ooh, nice counter hit.
Yep, try to get the pressure after with the clone. The clone might be a little too risky here. We're continuing to press forward. Jump heavy, crosses up, can't confirm.
Yeah, he gets the low PRC. Wow, that was so late too.
He had already committed to 2K. Marvelo, no.
So close. He can do it here. Goes for the burst. Gonna try and play around. PRC forward. He avoids it!
Oh, he somehow stays out of range of the pop and keeps his combo so long. That is going to even the rounds up again.
Testyourluck. Oh my, big too heavy slash into the corner here. Very nice space, 6 heavy slash. Marvelo having to block a lot here. It's out.
Oh, okay. Counterhead on the dash up there. Got to be brave against Nagoriyuki a lot of these times. Good FDs. FDing before the Rekka. Oh no, that should be it.
No. Oh, it just runs up dust.
Dude, just skates up to him and dust. I think that, honestly, the standout thing to me for Testyourluck is where he's FDing. If you FD FDing before the Rekkas against Chipp can be really volatile. If he's already far away and you FD the first 2 hits before he Rekkas, you can make that first Rekka whiff a lot of the time. So he's he's really well informed on defense, on where he's picking to do his stuff. I see Wafei in the chat we were talking about, the Huey.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I want to see if maybe Marvelo kind of adjusts, knowing that he's going to FD early. Maybe just going for empty buttons, run up, and just start to pressure again.
Oh, burst from that distance, not advised. Continuing to Fukyo forward, Testyourluck is living up to his name, testing his own, but with that burst, might be out of time here. Look at the blood gauge.
Oh, nice, gets the command grab, and there we go. We have more bar to play with again.
Blades jump off the wall. Oh, the trade. Yeah, at that point, just no fear from Testyourluck to just whiff buttons.
Oh, it started out 6. He doesn't get the savvy slash though. And again, Marvelo struggling to kind of get in there. Testyourluck getting a, kind of dominating this neutral right now.
Man, a lot of this, I feel like, is just Testyourluck knows where to be at all the right times. YRC just to break out, stops the clone too. That was an attempt at a turn steal from Marvelo.
Counter hit, trying to go for it again. 2K, open up, and just kind of resetting pressure here in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, Reese did it a couple times in a row. It ended up working out. I think a lot of the time it's bad to not cash out on your knockdown, but Marvelo made that work so well. Look at the life bars, man.
Yeah, definitely able to catch up there. It does have bar to cash out. RC up, everyone's favorite wall run combo. Not going to be enough.
Okay, try to go for 2H. Testyourluck still has burst. Oh!
Not close enough, that was so scary. And the blood gauge!
Oh, and the trade not in his favor, unfortunately. Even rounds again. This is a crucial round here.
Right, that's that first knock now.
Clone, it already knocked him down though. Oh, looking for the whiff punish there. Testyourluck spaced himself a little too far.
And that's one thing that I feel like Marvelo's starting to adjust now. Testyourluck's trying to kind of preemptively stuff, so now he waits for the one to come out and then runs in to close the gap.
And now it's a nightmare. Wall is broken, positive bonus. Look at the blood gauge.
Not a good time. Block it, and there we go. Full punch.
He 6P'd him. Oh, look at the damage. Now he's at a pixel. Not a lot of meter though. And the shuriken! Oh my god. It's like one of the 4th times I think in history the shuriken has killed someone. Holy moly.
Oh, that was so close too. I still cannot believe that that punish did not go through on that blood rage. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, as Marvelo, I think you kind of have to, at round start, you just back off.
Yeah.
If Testyourluck starts holding FD, he can potentially prevent and slow down the pop for a while, but you're at no point do you need to feel pressured to be aggressive there.
Yeah.
Rolo to miskeep from him still works out though. Starts off with a huge counter hit to the corner.
Great start here from Marvelo. Gets the cross up with the burst. Testyourluck. Going back to mid screen and the great 2P interruption on the Puka forward, but that's a super. Oh no.
Oh, what happened to his life bar, dog? Oh no.
Oh lord. Situation afterwards and the RC.
Oh, 6H into the attempted restand reset.
Why did that do so much
That
damage?
did a lot of damage. Marvelo, not the turret though, gets the combo off of that. Pressed him to the corner, already needs one more mix up. He's gonna burst for this. And the burst pays off. Marvelo somehow crumbles that back together after losing his whole life bar in one interaction.
Nice and simple there. And again, the same 99-second starter again. It's working out so much big counter hits on Testyourluck.
Oh no, he tried to cross him up though for the finishing blow. Testyourluck able to break out of the corner here. The blood gauge again.
Blood bleeding. Now I'm going to try and get something going. Nice poke out there. Testyourluck pretty well here. YRC, I actually love that.
Just block into the jab.
That's the burst. Alright, to start, gets the SSS. 2S open up! And again, the dust! Testyourluck staying in it right now.
Oh, tapping the 5D was genius level play. Potentially set point again for Marvelo, but Testyourluck is not done yet. He answers the 6P this time.
Alright. Tapping on the pressure, and again, just taking the low Rekka. Just gonna run forward a little bit.
Continuing to apply a great amount of pressure here. Look at the standing reset with the low Rekka.
Forward again. Blood is building up right now for Testyourluck.
Wait. Bar slashes continuing to pressure on the burst is too far.
Oh my gosh, it's so close here.
FT has put him to where he doesn't have an RC now. Hit with the Alpha Blade. Nice block on the cross-up, but you can't block forever, and the burst comes through. It's gonna get answered, Marvelo. Oh.
Know a lot about the character, a lot about the summons, a lot about Eddie. So we'll see if Zintai will be able to pass those knowledge to him.
I'll just say one standout thing from Vinny is a player who loves to go for hard reads. When he thinks a burst is coming, he doesn't block. He goes for breaking the law.
Oh
he is like that type of player.
Okay,
So.
you know, I'm here for it.
All right. Zintai doing a good job keeping it a little close. You don't want to be absolute full screen. You can't threaten Zato. He gets free summons.
Yeah.
And this is so much damage off this one interaction.
Gets the sword too. Eddie is here to play. Gets the knockdown, poking out. Throws into the corner. Nice Nice YRC.
Yeah, YRC so smart to break Eddie. He's able to backdash out of that though, and that is a no Eddie conversion.
That's how you know the real like Zato players. Oh my gosh.
And that was a strong mix-up there in the end. The respect mix-up. You going for the throw there in that quick succession is you relying on the fact that you know your opponent's reaction time is good enough to see a pose and recognize what it is. Pull in, not willing to deal with that pressure.
Yeah, Vinny G is doing a really good job of really maintaining that mid-range space where I feel like Zintai is trying to maintain, you know, where that 5P hits and can kind of throw out the 2H without getting punished. Like, he really has to space it out really hard in this.
Yeah, and the hardest part, like I said before, is actually getting your summon off. When your summon is out, you're in such good shape, but summoning against Axel is so difficult, and that's why Zintai's trying to keep the spacing just at this perfect range. Not only do you get the best whiff punishes, but standing at that range prevents Vinny from ever getting a safe summon.
Maintain that spacing. But start it off right now. Vinny is getting his rocks off. Oh my god, and the burst!
The burst gets baited. PRC's forward again. That is an Eddie-less confirmed there.
Look at the
Be careful here. Just don't block 2. Really, the matchup comes down to Zintai not blocking 2S. He's done an amazing job of it through and through. Oh, there's trouble.
Oh my god, NFO is just standing there, forcing him to have to deal with this mix and gets the command grab.
Eddie gauge full again. It actually kills him from there. I did not think that was going to be that much
damage. I thought it would be a sliver. We'll see an OTG maybe. But man, yeah.
That was a will it kill for sure. I did not think that command throw was going to do enough, but it does. So that's going to be first game for Vinny G. And again, it's all about Zintai playing this minigame. All the games that Zintai is going to win, they're not going to be flashy. There's not going to be big combos. It's going to be Zintai standing at the perfect range and 2H'ing every attempt at a summon from Vinny.
Yeah.
It's such a grind for Axel in this matchup, but he's playing it so well.
Yeah, but we'll see if Zintai can kind of maintain it. Vinny G's finding the spots to get Eddie in.
And again, here at 99 seconds, Zintai expect a backdash or something a little more defensive. Yeah.
Oh, and right there, just got dumped in the face.
Hell got the knockdown. Jumps in afterwards. Damage off of that.
Blocks the dust this time. Pressure going, gets counter hit, has to burst.
Oh, he tried to use breaking the wall and close the gap a little bit more. The command throw whips, and this time he uses the super dash, a common Zato tactic. Coming out of flight, throws you forward if you PRC.
It's so cool. Ooh! PRC moving forward, a little more damage off of this. Gonna get tiny extension, but this is a great space for Zintai to be at right now. But PRC forward, yup, and there it is. Eddie's out again.
Pierce afterwards, invite Hell to end the block string. Look for the air throw. It's an overextension. Zintai eats off of that.
Nice, yeah, going for the 2P this time, and then just sneaking in the summon. Zintai getting sandwiched. The space where Vinny does not want to be at.
The 2Hs are putting in so much work here, just preventing any start of the offense here from Vinny.
Oh, nice YRC. Eddie goes back into his pocket.
He's trying to 6P some of these jump S's here, but Zintai throwing up the timing really well.
All right, there we go. Knockdown. They're able to get something started here. Vinny G again, great block on the 5G.
Try to go for the dash up though. Even though it whiffed, it doesn't matter. Oppose able to close it out and keep him safe. Double overhead is dealt with.
It's out of the corner. 6 on the side. Burst into the corner. And again, Vinny G just so fast at kind of closing the gap.
Deep break Eddie. Oh no. Vinny still has burst, but finding an opportunity to actually get to use it is going to be so difficult.
Stuck there a little bit. Using the sword. Pressure again. Gonna have to deal with this.
Goes low so many times it blocks almost all of its Zintai's back on his feet.
Oh.
6P.
At that range again. Vinny G has to earn that summon. Oh, there it is.
That's one error is all it takes sometimes. Good jump out to block the 5D. Gets his throw still alive.
Oh, and then opposed to stop the 5B.
Age 2S from that distance. Pierce doesn't fully combo, but that's okay. Keeps him standing in the corner. What an anti-air.
That'll be good for Zintai. Does have a burst on hand to deal with one situation. Oh my gosh, that goes right over it.
Again, to get him with the super dash there. PRC just used it to reposition.
Oh, almost gets the full combo off that 2H.
These two are writing the book on the matchup right now. Oh my god, 2S!
Nice, and gets the pick of Zintai. Firing right back, 1-1. The patience there from both players. Both of them want to be on an exact position on the screen.
Listen, if you have an Axel player or a Zato player in your life that has trouble with this matchup, clip out where this VOD is and make sure you go back. Because these two are writing the book right now. The adaptations back and forth from these two, this is probably the highest level I've ever seen this particular matchup played in Strive. This is unbelievable between these two.
Like it's so easy for Vinny just to just keep trying to summon, let me get something started. But the patience there on both sides, it's really just amazing to watch.
Oh, little ships in the night there, 2B low profiles. Opposing tries to swing twice, he's gonna lose his burst for it.
Tough start here. Still has Eddie to play with here. Oh, and the 2S counter it, RC forward. Shouldn't be able to kill here.
Close. He has an actual pixel left here from Zintai. Rolls up a throw. It actually is a punish. Try to go for the safe jump. Continuing to apply a good amount of pressure here.
Trying to keep the pressure on. Has to do something. Cannot let Vinny get anything started. Doesn't have the bar to kind of block out and maybe FD some of that chip.
Yeah, Vinny throwing out 6P pretty liberally here. Not too afraid. Oh, just a tip. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, he knew too. He knew. They both PRC.
Oh my god.
Oh, 6P still closes it. That would have been a heartbreaker from Vinny. That was like a complete set momentum changing potential situation from Zintai. Holy moly.
Yeah, unfortunately the 5D was not enough to seal it out. But man, such a close round by both players. Vinny G definitely winning out.
Got the summon. Hey, he's able to find the command throw.
Into the frog. Pressure here. Oh, no.
Waits for the burst. Waits so long.
Yeah, Vinny G, after that very harrowing round, I feel like Zintai might be on the back pedal here now.
Yeah, this is a tough comeback here from Zintai. I mean, that was a lot of mental energy dumped into that at that last round, dude.
Oh my gosh, it was such a panic too. I think it's even funnier that after getting hit by the dust, instant 6P came out.
Oh no, so Vinny, 2-1. This has been an incredible set. I gotta be honest, I want Zintai to win this. I need game 5. This has been so, I'm learning so much.
Honestly, yeah, we're learning a lot about the Axel Zato matchup right now.
Duel 1.
So let's see it. Vinny G, as we said, set point here. Blocking 5P, just blocking, so important against Axel.
Ooh, and the 5P check again. Counter hit. Gonna bring him in, push him towards the corner. Oh, and catches the falling kick that was. And again, walls it. Vinny G on a pixel.
Should be over,
yeah.
in theory. Sometimes it doesn't matter what the book says, though.
Yeah, and look at that, just like that, super. Eddie is getting refreshed. We're getting the pressure here off knockdown. Has burst on hand.
He gets the throw off of that.
And can RC to try and bait something.
He bursted so high! Oh, somebody gave me the wrong script. Vinny G is incredible.
Oh my goodness, you spoke it into truth.
Dude, 2-1. It still presses on. Zintai has to win this round. 2P great to block Eddie. Yeah, was holding a lot of invite hells there. Had to pull the trigger sometimes.
Zintai's fighting out so well, but like, it's tough when Zintai has to play perfect, but when Vinny gets an opening, there's so much damage on the plate. Oh, actually, it's still a bad situation here.
Yeah, with the sword missing, actually maybe a better situation that the wall keeps breaking. Zintai has to continue to fight with his back against the wall.
Oh, that was actually a little scary there. Oh, and Frog puts him back in the corner. Zintai again having to fight with the back in the corner, trying to push Zato out.
Again, dude, applying such good pressure here, never out of it.
Kind of nickel and diming. Vinny here. PRC back, does not want to deal with the super dash.
He almost converted that too. The next thing to be careful of is the suppose. Yeah, he's doing a great job of getting it closer. He didn't kill though.
No, it's didn't watch for the follow-up there, and Vinny G 3-1 there against Zintai in a crazy match.
Dude, that was
Aggressive and a super aggressive Zato. So we're gonna end up seeing how it's gonna shake out. Oh my god.
start. 2D. Gets a clean open up, gets the burst out of HouseOfBacon.
That's already showing off the aggression. 2Ps, Eddie. Macho now. Take it in the corner.
Yeah, the most important thing to note in this matchup is watch both players' use of Invite Hell. It's so great at stopping Zato's grounded approach and an amazing ranged Eddie breaking tool.
Oh my gosh, that's not gonna jump out from the field. That's the first round and it's a perfect.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely how it can go here. Macho doing so much work here. Opposed to follow up, goes for Pierce. His own Eddie gets broken, but he has pressure. Yeah, Invite Hell, answer straight after the Drunkard.
Nice, I love it. Literally just spacing out Invite Hells on each other right now.
Yeah, I mean, that is a really common thing in Guilty Gear in a lot of the mirror matches. A lot of characters don't have great tools to fight their own tools.
Yeah.
Like, Invite Hell is kind of a roadblock in this matchup. Huge command throw, gets his own Eddie full again.
Blocks, gets the grab. Back in the corner you go, Macho again with the pressure. Tries to bait the burst out, but fights a little bit too far.
RC looks pretty decent. Pierce is able to actually answer after the Drunkard.
Right, oh my gosh, gets stuffed. And again, Macho so strong right now in this mirror.
Yeah, the trade certainly not in his favor. And that was quite an end to the first one there. Macho looking very strong at all points of this.
Yeah, there's a lot of very specific, like either Invite Hell was stuffing something or 2P'ing Eddie randomly when he popped out. Like Macho is literally like so ready for these very specific punishes.
See if we can get back into this here. Round start 2D has been a favorite for Macho. Yeah,
And
good for
again. Yeah, I think that beats a lot of the grounded options there, and in the trade, you're still gonna knock him.
Gold Burst throws the sword immediately after. Macho knows the tricks, though. He jumps out of the drill. That is not real.
Eddie's fighting it out right now, gets a big counter hit. And a gold corner carry too. Next player C and punishes it.
That punish was so sick. He's able to break the wall. Morphin's is going to be the choice. He's going to kill him, too.
That was ridiculous.
Not something I've seen before.
Yeah, I just saw the jump S and I'm like, oh.
Pose, nice 2P. Away again, 2P. And this is, Zato mirrors are one of the most important things to get to watch because they will show you where the gaps
Yeah,
are.
exactly. So if you're trying to figure out how to deal with Zato pressure, definitely tune in. The patience, not even sweating it, saying I'm just gonna Invite Hell. I'm big chilling.
Yeah, the most important thing is just being active enough to never be the one with danger or negative penalty. And Macho does a great job of that, always just being just aggressive enough. He unsticks him from the wall.
Yeah, I kind of like that. He's winning neutral super hard, so I feel like there's no reason to go for the extra knockdown there, but there we go again. Macho looking very confident here.
Yeah, and from that distance, chooses not to burst there. That is one thing that I always like to talk about. I think in that situation, you kind of have to burst. You need to, even if it's a bad burst, even if you get put in the highlight reel, oh, baited burst,
Yeah.
you have to burst. You need your opponent to prove they've got those.
Yeah.
Even if it's an easy walk-up burst punish, it's better to just use it and make them have to put the effort in than to not, right?
Yeah.
Duel 1.
You have to make them show layer 1.
Of course, of course, of course. HouseOfBacon stole one from the playbook there. All of that pressure and that burst coming out was off of a 2D round start.
Yeah. So we're seeing some adaptations there. HouseOfBacon kind of taking some of these Macho-specific punishes. That's kind of the fun of a mirror match. You get to use exactly what they're using on you as you see them.
Yeah, you see it once, you're like, oh, that's sick. Immediately implements. Yes, breaks the Eddie. Both Eddies off the table. Macho. He goes under the wire seat, breaking the law. Oh, breaking the law is aptly named because that's illegal, bro.
That was illegal. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Macho is one round away here.
Bacon, big damage here on Macho.
Double 2H with the wall break since he didn't have the meter to be able to go for the super. And tries to be the aggressor there. I think you need to be a little more patient when you have positive bonus. You have an opportunity to get all this meter up, and you can just chuck the sword at the end.
Yeah. Now Macho at the advantage. Oh my gosh! HouseOfBacon just like, please.
I respect it. So I'm fighting for my life right now. That back from 2H.
Oh, and that should be it there, man. Macho. Masterclass on the Zato mirror.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you are a player that is having trouble with Zato,
HouseOfBacon, so we'll see how this kind of turns out.
Yeah, that's going to give him probably a little bit of an advantage
Round
here.
start 2D!
Now, Vinny G is definitely a Zato player who likes to use his 2P and 5P a lot to stuff himself out of pressure, but he uses 6P this time to turn it around.
Yeah, 6P, a bit more of a high middle option. That hitbox is incredibly good.
Yeah, and using the 2P there to stuff out Eddie, too, that is something really important there for Vinny G to do. I mean, he knows about getting stuffed out a lot. He uses the frog to catch him, baits the burst, too.
Very nice there. Gonna run him all the way into the corner off of this combo. Gonna get the wall splat, and we're gonna start building some meters.
Yet that positive bonus, not only building meter, allowing you to do extra damage and reducing your damage, too. It's something really important. That's why breaking the wall is such a great option. And there we go, Vinny G taking the first round. And we're moving on to the second. These round start situations and these mirror matches are really important. He's going for the 6P.
And Macho's a very aggressive Zato player, so I like that Vinny is taking it right back to him to make sure. Oh, and the 6P right there stuffs out Eddie too.
Yeah, just swiping the frog right out of the air. That's not something you see too often.
Yeah, like Poxy said earlier, you know, watching them play against each other, you learn how to punish, you know?
Yeah, and you saw earlier that little fly cancel there from Macho to just get right onto the other side and put Vinny G into the corner. That is the kind of high-level Zato play you will only see in a top 8.
Yeah. Right on the Macho pressure. Gets the 2P out, counter 2P.
Vinny finally here, able to fight his way out of the corner. Gonna go ahead and throw out sword to keep Eddie going. Wants to push Macho all the way to the other corner, but there's the YRC, kills Eddie. Oh, using Invite Hell, OTG, push him into the corner. But great stuff for Macho there, just to fly out.
Oh, stops the flight with the 6P, now switching positions again. There we go, having to block it out, jumps out over the opposed, and again, switching positions here.
Yeah, Vinny G tried to go for command throw there after opposed. Goes for the regular throw this time, and that's going to take it. Vinny G up 1.
Man, and already, Vinny G showing off, you know, some pretty good Zato-y-Zato situational awareness there.
Yeah, one key thing in this matchup you would notice is Vinny G, compared to Macho, Vinny G had a much stronger defensive showing. He knows how to block some of these crazy Zato mix-ups, whereas, you know, it's always easier to deal out the crazy stuff than it is to block it. Yeah. So Macho has shown he can deal it out, but Vinny is already showing, yeah, I play this character too. I know how to defend.
So different round start, neither committing to that 2D. He's trying to maintain space. Macho Big 2S there.
Yeah, patience there from Vinny. He saw a post come up, and he was immediately ready to just hold down back and wait to see what Macho wanted to do. Macho getting the 2D, but unfortunately it gets OTG with the drill. Had to spend his burst there to try and maintain corner positioning, but Vinny G already fights his way back out to mid-screen.
Yeah, Vinny G pushing to the corner already. Macho trying to avoid a lot of this pressure, but actually just puts himself out. But that's one thing that Macho's good at. Whenever he gets put in the corner, he's incredibly even better at getting out of it.
Yeah, there's the burst from Vinny G. He burst and not only kill Eddie, but just get out of that kind of sandwich pressure. Macho's going to push him all the way to the corner again, and that's something you're going to see a lot.
I love the low flight mix up there to into the empty low.
Oh, Vinny gets caught by the invite hell trying to put out a button. I like that. He tried to backdash it at the edge there, but he still got hit by invite hell.
Yeah, so just great timing there. Trying to win out the oppose. Big combo from Macho. Gonna try and side switch. There we go, into the corner.
Yeah, and that's really important. Macho used breaking the wall to go underground and move just enough to allow Vinny G to land onto the other side.
So smart there. Now has the meter advantage.
Yeah, creative usage of breaking the law is something that can really set up your Zato play the next level. It's something that you'll see Vinny G use a lot.
Yeah, that wire C to stop the forced neutral there off the sword super was so good there from Macho.
And he just has his back against the wall, using Pierce to knock out the frog. Now neither of them have Eddie.
Frog, this pressure here, nice spacing. The burst waits it out, Macho firing right back, 1-1.
Yeah, that was a really scary situation for Vinny to be in. He was running low on meter. Burst was really his only defensive option. The moment he saw Macho running forward, he let it rip. It was either I'm going to die from getting chipped, or I might be able to survive if this burst hits. Unfortunately, just a little too far away, and it cost him the game there.
Yeah, so we will see the next adjust. I literally just love this. It's so fun just seeing the little adjust, specifically the 99 seconds, because literally they've done a different one every single time because they don't want to deal with the situation of having to trade against the 2D.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too predictable either.
Yeah, both of them just jumping, trying to see what's happening. Macho, that first hit on Vinny G here.
Yeah, and he catches him with the R slash while he's trying to jump back, and sends him flying across the screen, putting him into the corner. And there's early wall break from Macho. BRC4, but gets thrown by Vinny G. Now Macho's got his back to the wall.
Not a good situation here. Does have first, has a bar to kind of wire C, but he chooses to use it.
And there's the JH in the air. Oh, all right, that was incredibly impressive from Vinny G. Unfortunately, he didn't get everything he wanted off of him. He breaking the wall underneath the burst, but didn't work out. Like I said, Vinny G really likes to creatively use breaking the wall. That is the move where Zato goes underground, specifically to bait out burst and bait out wire C's.
Yeah. Oh, and again, big counter hit. Macho trying to get out of the corner.
Both of them opposing in each other's faces. Zato hive mind. There's the super dash. Confirms it's the knockdown.
Nice, it's open up low. There's a little pressure. It's 5D open up. Not quite enough here in the corner, but next opportunity.
Ooh! It just gets him with the R slash.
That looks so weird. See when it zoomed in.
Oh yeah, and it like turned. The 2H gonna go ahead and recall Eddie. And that is one of Zato's strongest counter hit starters. The problem is that he was just too far away to really get a proper conversion.
Again, a post battle. Macho winning out this time. So much damage here in the corner. Oh, gets it up.
Yeah, he caught Vinny trying to press that 2P to get him off of it.
Oh, and again, the oppose is so scary. And there it is, command grab. The 50-50.
Yeah, then Macho now sitting on game point here. Just needs to win one more, 2-1. Vinny's got an upward battle now, but we've seen him come back before. So it is not over yet. But that was an incredible play there from the end of Macho. Macho really has not shown command grab at all this entire set. So Vinny was just ready to block this onslaught.
Yeah, block it out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the big things I've been noticing about the Zato players. This really is their last resort. They like to imply it very, very heavy. So when it does come out, it's like, oh, no.
Yeah, you never expect a command grab from Zato. Sometimes I forget he even has one. again, just the pose.
Yeah, Vinny's losing out in these Eddie versus Eddie situations now, and Macho's burning off them. Look at all this damage coming up from that one engagement.
Yeah, and far enough to get the 6H2 wall break. That is Zato's strongest wall break button. You saw that Macho moving Eddie behind him so that Vinny G's poke did not kill him, and then immediately piercing.
Oh man, there it is. 2S finishing it out. Macho now on set point.
Yeah, here we go. Macho's control of Eddie in neutral is beautiful. Yeah,
he's lost that engagement, I think, 4 times in the exact same way. Macho's timing is so good at adapting to what Eddie just trying to open up.
And you see that these tiny windows when you do kill Eddie, it is incredibly vital to start putting your pressure on Zato. Eddie comes back so fast in this game, and there's the sword, keep the Eddie pressure going, side switch. It might help.
My God!
So, breaking the law to go back under after side switching there. Macho is playing out of his mind right now.
Macho's definitely showing. You know, a lot more. No, not a break. You use breaking the law, I use breaking the law, you know?
Yeah, and Macho's gonna take it over Vinny 3-1 here. Great stuff there. Wow, I am loving the Zato gameplay we're seeing. Look, but we're gonna jump into our next game here. This is gonna be Marvelo versus Stealthy. Chipp versus Axel. Axel's hardest matchup in the game. We're about to see how Stealthy can handle Marvelo's movement, and he can swap this fly out of the air.
Great start here, Stealthy getting him into the corner, has a lot of space behind him to work with. So even, if it doesn't work out here in the corner, which it is right now, my God, the PRC, and that's the first round.
Yeah, incredibly quick there, and that was all because Marvelo just with the bad burst there. Stealthy throwing out the 5H instead of another button that would have gotten hit by the burst. Counter hit JS, one of Axel's strongest starters there. Fishes him out too, isn't able to pick it up, but still gets that corner positioning.
Yeah, everything's working out for Stealthy right now. Marvelo has no burst and really no bar to play with, so
he's able to beta blade out of the corner there, spending Samir to go for a double overhead mix-up.
Oh, gets the jump S. This is a start. Oh no, but the Rekka goes too short, but we're just trying it again. And that's kind of the patented Marvelo pressure there, where he'll just go for the low Rekka and kind of restand pressure.
Yeah, and that combo there would have killed too from Stealthy, but unfortunately he RC'd when Marvelo was just a little low, has to spend a burst to stay alive. He wants this round, he's feeling the hunger.
I love the delayed burst there too. Any hit'll do it for either player. Oh, the 2K could have gotten the 2D into Rekka.
Oh, and he supers at the attempt of the command grab. Incredibly smart there from Stealthy. He saw Chipp vanish. Whether it was going to be Alpha Blade or command grab, he knew that super would knock out both.
Yeah, there was going to be something, and Chipp was going to be right in their face, you know?
Yeah, Axel's super hitbox, while Axel's super is honestly one of the worst in the game, the hitbox is great against Chipp because it will catch those cross-up options.
Okay, working out there for Stealthy. We're going to see Marvelo gonna have to, I feel like this is the story a lot of times when you're fighting Axel. Even though you have these options to get in, if they're stuffing you, you take a lot of damage just trying to get in. You gotta make sure, especially with Chipp, you can't take too much damage.
Yeah, it's those death by both these characters are almost like death by 1,000 cuts. Axel wants to poke you to death, and Chipp wants to blender you to death.
Exactly.
So it's just a matter of Chipp getting in. Axel's defense, incredibly poor. He lost his parry and his DP from back in Exerd, so all he has now is his 5K and 2K to really get you off him.
Nice. Gets the punish there. And again, okay.
And goes straight into the bomber loop with the fast RC. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get the next bomber after the 5K, but that's all right. Chipp does not have a lot of health to work with anyway.
And there's Stealthy. As Marvelo on the ropes with big counter hit, should be able to seal it out here off the super.
Yep, will it kill? Place a bet. And it doesn't.
Oh,
he has
my
a sliver
God.
of health left. It blocked.
No!
Stealthy there, reacting. He woke up holding down back, reacted to the 6K overhead, and immediately punished. That is a high-level Axel.
Oh, yeah. Keeping his head in the game there, nice juggles off the 5P, but unfortunately going back to mid-screen, Marvelo gonna have to kind of work him in again.
And there it is, the command grab. Doesn't RC it, wants to hold on to the meter. With the fast RC on the 6K.
That should be enough. There we go, Marvelo.
All right, Marvelo is starting to show a little bit of life. That's what he needs to do. He needs to use that meter to keep the pressure going, score those counter hits. Went for a pretty heavy burst bait there.
Yeah.
But Stealthy, willing to hold on to it.
fadeaway.
Running up for that 2K. Axel's 2K busting this latest patch, one of his best pokes now. And it low profiles a lot of things.
All this damage now. Marvelo just trying to get in. At least, you know, a lot of this is just Chipp now. It's not like getting duffed in the face for trying to approach.
No, but goes for the 6H there. Doesn't even decide to RC it. But there's the super.
Oh, 2K on the other side completely avoids it.
What did I tell you? Worst super in the game.
Oh, there he goes with the fast RC cancel. No go burst coming out from Stealthy.
Oh, that trade there wasn't Stealthy's favor. He just wasn't able to convert off of it. Here we go. Marvelo starting to put in some pressure. JH had to cancel it.
There we go. Overhead RC cancel should be it. Marvelo firing right back 1-1.
Yeah, and you saw there, Marvelo did delay his far slash there at the end, as if Stealthy had burst. Even though Stealthy didn't have burst on deck, that is just a very important thing to get in your hands. Always delay those RC combos so that when the burst eventually does come, you're ready for it.
Exactly. I feel like for a lot of people, like, you know, when the RC happens, like in the slowdown, just glance at their burst, you know, just in case, you know, like it's a good habit to get into, especially when you're in high tension situations. I
absolutely agree. There we go. Stealthy trying to go for that 2K at the start. Counter hit.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Just 4 hits now, Marvelo.
Yeah, going for the cross up too.
At 30% here now.
Had to burst.
Oh my god, yeah.
That absolutely would have been death, but this is going to be death right here. Axel Bomber does such a massive amount of damage. This matchup almost doesn't make it look like Chipp, Axel is the lowest dealing damage character in the game, but he is. Chipp just doesn't have any help. He absolutely is.
Man. Yeah, unless he's getting like a clean hit, right?
Yeah, most of Axel's big damage comes off of the bombers. But here we go, going for the wall break combo, drops the hit at the end there. He was trying to go for something a little fancy to jump off the wall, hit him, and knock him into
knock him into the wall, yeah. And then you get a super jump back over to the wall. Still, Stealthy has a chance here. Marvelo can't get back in. Nice blocks.
Marvelo needs one touch.
Real tense here. Oh, it's not enough! Ah, there it is, the Rekka.
Yeah, it gets him with the Chipp, though. I can't believe he got the magic pixel off of the Shuriken throw.
The Shuriken really showing up today. You really don't see it used very often.
All right, yeah, we're seeing that in and out movement here from Marvelo, playing almost like a boxer style. Chipp has such great movement and incredible backdash, trying to look for these whiff punishes.
Yeah, and that's kind of how you have to play it. And luckily, like you said, Chipp does have the run speed to kind of play that hit run style.
Yeah, Stealthy with the gold burst there, but we saw how this worked before. Is it going to be different? All right, Marvelo didn't even want to take the chance this time. Went ahead PRC.
Oh no, big counter hit now, and again goes for the reset.
There's the great just block from both players there. Immediately ready for that kind of situation.
And again, the run up there. He's just waiting for the whiffs now. Marvelo kind of really adjusting his gameplay.
That is something that Marvelo really excels at as a Chipp player, is Marvelo really enjoys playing that in and out movement style. He'll move in to try and get you to throw a button and then immediately backdash out and dash back in to punish you. That is something that is, I wouldn't say unique to Chipp, but he excels at it due to being the highest speed character in the game. It's a little difficult against a character like Axel because of how far his buttons go, but it is still working out in his favor.
Yeah, and that's really up to, you know, on Marvelo to make sure he's at that ranges where, you know, if you block certain things, you do have the time to run up and at least start pressure, if not a punish.
For sure. There we go, yep. Stealthy starting off with the patented JS, the Axel special, harassing from the air with it.
Yeah, and I love that adjustment there to Marvelo. Just going first Rekka and then running up.
Yeah. Knowing
that Stealthy's not even going to, like, do anything about it.
Oh, going for the same side mix up there. Bursting not only to save his life, but to keep Stealthy into the corner there. That is such an important thing to do. There's the air throw from Stealthy, putting Marvelo in the corner himself.
Oh, gets hit by the actual Splendor.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And that's it there.
I might have tried to maybe jump out there, but that was a good catch on Stealthy.
So you're seeing Stealthy really likes to start these round start situations with 2K or jump back JS. I mean, those are two of Axel's strongest options at round start, especially against a character like Chipp.
Yeah. You just need a long-lasting hitbox that at least stops Chipp from moving up.
Exactly. You do not want this man to be moving forward at you. Great usage there from Marvelo of Chipp's air movement. Speaking of air movement, what a conversion. Stealthy had to burst there or he would have gone through the wall.
Alright, another trade here. Stealthy trying to keep the pressure going. And again, has a lot of room to back up.
Yeah, you'll see a lot with Stealthy will do after Rainwater, which is the flipping back move you see Axel do. He'll immediately 5 feet to try and catch jumping frames or any forward movement from his opponent.
Ooh, and the PRC to bait the burst. Stealthy 2-2.
Yeah, we're going straight into our game 5. Another game 5. I love when these go to the final game.
Oh, I know. And also, I love how early that PRC was.
Yeah.
That was like instant. He's like, this guy is bursting right now.
He PRC'd and then literally just watched him for a good like 30 seconds. All right.
Get enough time to like go make a sandwich, maybe get some water.
Yeah, come back and then punish.
Yeah, then punish it. But yeah, great play there from Stealthy. Man, it's so hard. This is so give and take.
It is, and Stealthy this is Axel's worst matchup, but watching Stealthy play it, you wouldn't be able to tell. Oh, using the gold
There
burst.
it is, the aggression there from Marvelo saying, I need to turn it up somehow, and that gold burst is a great start.
And this is gonna do a lot of damage. His risk was so high, but drops the combo.
Oh, and the big 2H, but luckily, no too big conversion off of that, but still.
Yeah, I don't think Stealthy was ready for it. He immediately went into Rainwater, and that's something you only do when you really think you're gonna pop.
Chance here for Stealthy to kind of push him out. Marvelo still scheming right now.
Oh, the JD counter hit. Here we go, a little bit of a blender, J2K.
Ooh, trying to bait something out, but now Stealthy. Big damage here in the corner. Hasn't enough bar to cash out.
Yeah, that's death.
Oh
Absolutely.
my god, I was like, ooh.
And that round was lost off of just Marvelo double jumping a little too far and putting himself in the corner.
Yeah.
Something that small immediately lost in the round, and Stealthy is sitting on set point.
You really do have to mind your P's and Q's in this matchup.
Oh, that was a failed Axel bomber. So sad to see, and Stealthy is now put in the corner. Speaking of little mistakes, that is one that could cost Stealthy the round.
Oh, and there we go. Overhead burst is dead. Oh, he just unsticks.
Yeah, opts to let him slide down there. That is something you're starting to see a lot more in this high-level Strive play.
No, the jump in. He's not going to full combo there. YRC.
And that was a great YRC because Chipp was in the air of the 6K. It pushed him so far back exactly where Axel wants him to be.
Nice blocks there. Tries to backdash, and the active frames.
He caught that backdash. If Stealthy wouldn't have backdashed, he would have stayed alive. And here we are to our final game, final round.
Stealthy does have a burst on hand. We're going to see if we might see an early burst, maybe potentially get a second. But look at the damage here off the bomber loops here.
Let's go for the JH.
Oh, delay Rekka here. Marvelo's digging deep.
Yeah, Stealthy needs to be careful. There's the... Yep, had to burst there. That would have been it.
One bar here. Potentially could cash out with the drop.
Yeah, the explosion didn't hit. That explosion would have 100% been canceled into one vision.
Oh my gosh, it's so close. Marvelo does have burst.
The double jump to avoid the kunai throw. Stealthy almost has full meter here.
Oh my god! And
Block.
the burst! That's it! Oh my god, Stealthy! Clutching it out in the last moment there on the burst bait. Oh my goodness. They generally know how to play.
Yeah, they're more calculated.
So you can't really just spin through things and kind of abuse them at that range anymore. So now you really do have to be a lot more careful.
But look at this damage.
And the hard knockdown into the faster butterfly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, one thing you're going to see a lot from Wafe, the way he uses butterfly is incredibly impressive here. But Testyourluck, a very strong Nago player.
Blood's about to pop right now. He's going to do a full combo, and then he's going to get even more right afterwards.
But is he aware that the blood's going to pop? He needs to remember that. Just forcing him to block. Yeah, he was not aware of the blood coming to pop. That was one thing to keep in mind.
I was half expecting to see like a spin to armor through it or something, but
that would have been OD.
It still worked out for Wafe there.
Oh, trying to go for the 2D, putting Anji so low to the ground.
And this is the bad situation here for Wafe now. Yeah, the corner's so hard for Anji to fight out of, but that range that Nago likes to be at, it's really tough for Anji to kind of play. I love that PRC back to deal with the spin.
Yeah, and that's something too that you're seeing from Testyourluck is he's trying to throw these 2S's and 5H's at max range so that he does not get punished by spin. If he throws them out just a little too close and Anji decides to spin through them, that is a hard punish.
Yeah.
Trying to round start DP, get the pressure going, but that we're already going into level 3 blood.
Ooh, and nice. Gets the command grab off of that. I actually was so sure the grab was going to beat it.
Jumping over the Beyblade there. Yeah, had to RC the final hit of that that slash series because it is not safe on block. All right, butterfly neutral, trying to use it to advance, but gets hit by the 2H.
Trying to run in with the butterfly, but go Testyourluck, putting out the best normals there, gets the command grab and the close S.
That was an incredibly delayed command grab too after the 5P. Great awareness there from Wafe, seeing that the 5P hit and adjusting, delaying just enough to make sure that that hit tick throw worked. If he would have gone into it a little bit faster like you do on block, it easily would have whiffed.
Yeah, and that's still one of the big things with Anji. I feel like even though he has a lot of quality of life changes, the mid-range, which should be where he excels, is not great. He has very slow buttons in the mid-range. So you're either super close, or you're literally outside of their effective range and trying to like spin in on some generous.
Yeah, and you're going up against a character with arguably some of the best buttons.
Exactly, yeah.
There's the spin, it gets the punish with the far slash. That's something where far slash into Fujin is very good for Anji now in this matchup. He can finally get the proper punishes through his spin. But Testyourluck is just being relentless here.
Ooh, nice. I actually love the K follow up Fujin there, knowing that the charge Fujin was going to hit. Nice. Ooh, and nice side switch with the code.
Oh, PRCing the overhead to immediately go into the low. That was kind of nasty.
Oh my gosh, and the counter hit Fujin. This should be this round. No first is available. There we go, Wafe making it happen.
And give Anji wall bounce and counter hit too.
Stop.
That was in his release trailer.
That was so cool. They made him look so good in that trailer too.
All right, but here we go. A familiar situation. Wafe in the corner, but he's fighting his way out.
Yeah, might not have expected the juggle there.
Oh, the 2H. There we go, using that spin and canceling into the low. Wafe's patience here and the way he's just blocking all these 2S's and 5H's.
Spin, but still a little bit too slow there. There we go again. The far S punish into the Fujin and get a full combo into the knockdown.
Yeah, you just see, that's the thing, is Testyourluck is trying to space himself out enough to where that spin won't get the punish, but Wafe is pushing himself in to make sure he is in close enough to get that offense started.
Yeah, and that's really kind of the push and pull of this matchup, where Nago has to make sure he can't get spinned on, and Anji has to make sure that he's at the range where the spin will work.
Wow, did you... So that was something incredible to see there. Wafe going up again, going up one to tie it up. But at the end there, Wafe spun through the 5H, tried to go for a far slash to punish it. It didn't work. That exact situation happened again, and this time he just threw out Fujin and it punished. Immediate hit punish.
Yeah, so that was a really good adjustment, because like far rest is not a fast button. So that's super good adjustment there, and you can still RC for more damage off of it. So
for sure.
That's really smart.
You like Nago's spin better, though? Come on now. Both these guys are spinning to win. Testyourluck really likes to start off these rounds with that DP.
Yeah, I was about to say it, like, he's just whipping it out.
I mean, if it hits, if it counter hits at the start.
Yeah, that's a massive payoff there.
Oh, and look at this blood already into level 3 blood, and here we go. The Okazemi here with the
third grab. Oh, no, another! Oh, there we go. Gold slow this time has to burst now.
You see, like I was saying, Wafe's use of butterfly is so impressive.
Yeah, that was definitely shades of Phenom in Street Fighter V when he command grabbed Daigo 5 times.
expecting to see another DP around start here.
Oh, no, there we go. And the charge Fujin now. Carry into the corner off the Ko. That's such a good combo.
Just the toe. Just
That's
the
so
toe.
good, yeah. Jump K has such a great hitbox for those weird ass combos where you're almost in the corner.
Yeah. Both Anji and Nagoriyuki's 5Ks are so incredibly similar and both incredibly powerful buttons, not only for neutral but conversions. Here's a wake-up super from Testyourluck. That will hit.
Everyone's favorite wake-up super right there.
Yeah, hope right there.
Looking us forward. Wafe just kind of jumping back. Now we're at that range again. We have to play spinner button.
Yeah, Wafe when Nagoriyuki. Oh, and the bad burst there! Canadian burst way up north, and that's gonna make him pay.
That is always the unfortunate thing. People don't expect when they get hit by the overhead because the overhead ground bounces. So when you burst off the ground bounce, it literally trajects you so high for no reason.
You just launch into space.
Because that happens almost any time you get hit like with an overhead in a bad spot. You're like, oh god, I'm gonna die. You burst. Why am I up here already?
My man is spiking you on the ground.
It always impresses me. That's the first thing I say when I'm playing people. I'm like, don't burst after the overhead. Wait for me to hit you after the overhead, then you burst.
Again, the DP at round start, it's allowing him to get that pressure going. Obviously, Testyourluck really likes to be in level 3 blood, especially in this matchup. So we talk a lot about Anji spinning through these buttons. What Testyourluck needs is he needs his buttons to be as big as possible to prevent that, which is why he's immediately going into level 3.
Oh, feel forward. Blood is so high right now.
And the reason why I say he immediately goes to level 3 is because when Nagoriyuki is in level 3 blood, his S and H normals do get extended range.
Yeah. So he can really play that range game that he wants to against spin. Ooh, big whiff, but kind of got away scot-free. The Fuji did not juggle properly.
There's the burst. Got to fight out of the corner here.
Backdash again, PRC, 2K2D.
Yeah, just throwing out these 2K2Ds, trying to catch Wafe, blocking high.
Gets the jump, it's on the other side, no combo, try to run up and get something better.
There's the OTG fusion, not quite enough. RCs to keep the pressure going.
Puts out the plus fans, it's poking out with 2S on the plus frames.
Yeah, 2S, such an incredible button for Nagoriyuki here. But not when it gets spinned on like that, and now he's got to block this butterfly Oki.
Oh no, and gets the reversal grab into the corner. And the Fukyo back for the bait!
And shout outs to the Frozen Dolphin himself. I see you, Matt, with the resubscribe.
Yeah, 10 months, hell yeah.
There we go, doesn't use the JD, instead wants to get the butterfly Oki.
Oh, nice, and that's a full combo here into the corner.
Yep, into the wall break. Use that fan to break the wall. Positive bonus here for Wafe.
Ooh, does the DP again, PRC forward, and again, working out here for Testyourluck. These aggressive PRC forwards are working out so good. Again, the tap on the head into the command grab.
Yep, and we are going to have yet another game 5 here in our top 8.
Ooh, that is working out so well. I'm just like, you have the hit. You could have 6P into DP, and then you could, but it works out.
Yeah, it's always really important. If you have the meter and spending the meter will kill, sometimes you just gotta spend it.
But the mental damage.
The mental damage.
The mental damage on that 5P, I'm gonna look you in the face into the command grab.
You want real mental damage, they need to give us back burst throws.
Oh, please. Stop. I wish.
This time.
Woo! Okay, that's something we haven't seen yet.
I've never seen that in my life.
And I was about to say, that's actually so smart that he does that at the beginning of the round.
And gets him with the wall break with the double 5K into the 2H there. This is a, oh no, that's it. Round's over.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about it. Oh,
drops the combo, spoke too soon here. But this is a,
I'm going to talk about the interaction. The follow-up off the DP to deal with the follow-up of the spin was insane. That was so smart. If he pressed the button, that was a counter hit.
That was a very, speaking of counter hits, there's a massive pickup off counter hit Beyblade put into the corner here.
It's not good for our hero Wafe here.
Yeah, Testyourluck has just turned it up.
Oh, with the 6H! Oh no. Beyblade again, has 10% health and a burst, but it's so scary. And the level 3 about to pop.
Oh, tried to spin through, but got hit. Remember, spinning through still, you'll take a tiny bit of damage. You want to know this matchup? This matchup is Gamma Blade into dash forward, murder Axel.
Exactly.
Okay?
And there it is, starting out. Yet Zintai having the burst, doesn't want to deal with all that damage and being stuck in the corner.
But we'll see if Young LZ knows that he can throw. There it is, exactly. Zintai's gonna have to learn quick. You just can't keep throwing out Sickle Flash like that. Renson is not going to do it. 6Ps the JS. All right, Young LZ knows what he's doing in this matchup.
Yeah, it's a little scary here for Zintai, trying to fight his way out.
Yeah, PRCing after. He had to RC after that snail was blocked, because on a blocked snail that close, Nagoriyuki could just Beyblade it. Nagoriyuki.
Oh no!
Yep, that's important.
Is he too heavy?
He is too heavy.
Oh,
Nagoriyuki
man.
is a super heavyweight, so you have to be a little bit quicker on the draw. It will work, but you just have to be a little bit faster with it.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Zintai. Having spent that bar, having nothing come of it. But does have Young LZ on the ropes here.
Yeah, he is controlling neutral really well here.
But the patience there.
Yeah, you see the problem is Young LZ's blood is too high to throw out the clone now to get in. And there it is.
Oh, and there it is!
Just as the blood goes under. But he's going to pop for it.
Nice PRC with the command grab punish. Zintai ready for it.
Yeah, you see, that was a situation where he was having a hard time getting in. He knew the clone was his best option, but if he threw out clone and dash forward, he has to either get a hit or get a bite. And
Yeah.
Zintai was able to block his approach, which meant the pop was coming.
I love the weight on Young LZ.
Yep, trying to Beyblade in just a little too far to get the punish.
Zintai's picking great spots on the spinning kind of sit, but even better. I like how Young LZ isn't pushing the issues, but at the same time, you also need to aggress a little bit more just to make Zintai not so comfortable pulling things out.
Yeah, because Zintai is just controlling this neutral, absolutely. Young LZ's not really able to get in, and there it is again. He has to throw out the Gamma Blade into dash forward, but he wasn't able to get the hit or get the bite, which caused him to pop. Young LZ really needs to be careful about the way he's managing his blood, because his blood is too high at all times, which is not allowing him to use those options that will allow him to press in and really punish Zintai. He's just being held at full screen with level 3 blood and has no way to get in.
And if anything, honestly, like, you know, just doing forest assess RC, just so your blood goes down, you know, just get doing something, because the jumping forward and blocking isn't working out. Zintai is so happy to play that game.
Yeah, Young LZ also needs to start incorporating some Super Jump JS. Super Jump JS is a really good option to get in on Axel players when they're really just throwing out these kind of like the 2Hs or the Rensons. Remember, the upwards pull on Renson does have a dead spot in it, so you can Super Jump into range.
And there we go, the Fukyo back again. The blood gauge is picking up there, level 3.
Yes.
So much damage.
Now Clone Dash is not a factor. If he throws it out, he's gonna pop. But he gets the 6P.
Yeah, and the thing is, oh, so far there for the Forest, gets whip punished, and Zintai just throwing out willy-nilly.
Yeah, see, at this point, all he can do is try to slowly move in. There's the counter hit 2H. This is his chance. It's party time.
And there we go. We have the Forest. Should go above the super here.
It does, but he PRCs against the 2.
And the burst so high in the sky gets punished.
And shouts to Wafe with the raid. We appreciate you. Great stuff tonight. But yeah, that burst too. That was such a... Bursting when Zintai had so much life left. It was a very interesting choice there for me. It might have been a bit of a panic burst, you know?
But I feel you need to get something started, you know? And there we go, getting something started. 5K, 5K, 6 heavy slash!
That's the matchup. If Nagoriyuki does get in and is able to score the hit, it's over.
Yeah.
Axel sitting at 3rd or 4th lowest health in the game, just right next to Eno.
And there we go. I feel like this round should like put young LZ at ease. It is possible to make it through this. You have to, oh, and there it is, the far heavy slash. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, young LZ is finally starting to figure out the buttons to get in. There's a good counter hit too.
That's a scary trade to make. So young LZ is going to want to stay in that space to try and force that.
That counter hit did give him just enough blood back though to go ahead and throw out the clone.
There we go. Sit at that range for Baby, fishing for the heavy slash, whips the grab, but now Zintai running away back to mid-screen.
RCing after the snail is blocked. There's the JS. Oh, late RC to try and catch him. So that's an interesting thing you'll see from some players, is they'll do a late Roman cancel to get the PRC just to see if the opponent will try and punish what they're going to do.
There's a bold first out. Zintai with the confirm this time. Does not drop far enough. Will it be enough damage?
Not quite. But he's in a great position right now. Catches him with the clothesline from hell to take it up 2-0. Young LZ is starting to get the right idea. We saw him start. The cogs are turning. He's starting to figure out what he needs to do to get in and capitalize. Now all he needs to do is clean that up enough. What you were seeing was he was starting to throw out a lot more of those 5Hs to contest the button presses from Zintai and score those counter hits to turn the momentum around. He just needs to really iron out the wrinkles and keep that going.
Yeah. But have a good one, Wafe. It was a pleasure watching your Anji play tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we see you at our next TNS tournament.
And heading back into it. Yeah, young LZ just need to find more of these moments where he can get some damage in, going for trades, you know, just kind of forcing the issue. I feel like that's the big thing. Zintai can do pretty much whatever he wants to do in this matchup. He's not meeting a lot of opposition.
Yeah, all it takes, we've seen, all it takes is one big counter hit into a confirm, and that round is young LZ's.
There we go. Already showing a lot more aggression here. Young LZ now having Zintai in the corner. Backing up to try and bait something out, but Zintai very patient.
Yeah, and young LZ does not want to allow Zintai to get things started here and get the distance between them.
That was actually a nice punch with the 2H, but there we go. Blood is popping, and command grab picks him out.
Yep, OTG is going to do it, and Zintai's sitting on set point here. Young LZ really needs a miracle. He needs to fight back.
We're going to need a hell of a rally here from young LZ.
I say a miracle, but like we say all the time, Nagoriyuki just needs level 2 blood in the dream.
Yeah, and that's kind of a big thing in this kind of matchup. Like, Nago is a character where you feel like, you know, you do have a lot of time to aggress, but I feel like Zintai's been icing him with all of this blocking. So, like, young LZ might be kind of like sitting there like, I'm tired, and I haven't even hit him yet, you know?
Yep, there's the bite. Oh, and he can run up throw here from Zintai, going in for the safe jump. There's the YRC. One thing we're not seeing a lot from young LZ is super jumps. In that position right there, super jump JS would have punished.
There we go, gets the air grab this time. Zintai,
wake up super. Sometimes you gotta let it rip.
Alright, so blood is about to pop here, has to be so careful, and that should be it there, and Zintai with the punish.
OTG, and he delays it just enough too to make sure that OTG kills, and Zintai with a clean 3-0 there. Young LZ just wasn't able to adapt fast enough.
Worry about the mix-ups way faster, so it's going to be a lot on Testyourluck's defense here.
But an early bite here from Testyourluck.
What'd you say about 2S Tsukuyoni forward? It is working out so well here for Testyourluck already in this first round.
Vinny G hasn't even had a chance to summon Eddie. He's been all on the defensive so far.
There we go, and also the blood management here from Testyourluck. He has had Vinny G in the corner for the whole round and did not pop end on him perfect.
That was just absolute domination from Testyourluck. Vinny G didn't get to play the game. That's how you know it's Guilty Gear. And there's the throw, knowing that there is a gap there between the next hit of Piers.
The closest anti-air on the field. Testyourluck very strong right now, and the invite help PRC forward. Oh, the 2 heavy slash doesn't hit.
All right, this time, Vinny G keeping a bit of distance. He didn't want to get too close to have Testyourluck grab him through the gap, and it worked out in his favor here. He's going to go ahead and take the round with the wall break. That was a great adjustment. He knew the very first time he tried that mix-up, he was thrown out of the gap between tiers. So the second time, he put not only himself a little bit further back, but also Eddie a little bit further back.
Yeah, and that's the micro adjustments that we've been seeing a lot from Vinny today. So it's crazy that already showing it off, and big counter hit off into it again. Testyourluck trying to find a way out of this.
Remember when people were crying about how bad 2S was of a button for Zato? Vinny is putting in work with it, and there we go, the sword to keep the pressure going.
Yeah, gonna sap all of that bar, make sure there's no bar for reversal super, you have to hold this.
And as you can see, Vinny was not shook by that first round perfect at all. Just went, okay, that's a Nagoriyuki round. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Time to just play my game and keep my game going. That is something Vinny G excels at, staying cool under pressure. He is one of, if not the best Smash player in Florida.
Oh, incredibly strong.
So he is aware of being in these high pressure situations.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on here into our second game. Again, Vinny G probably does not want to contest Nagoriyuki around start. He's going to jump back again.
And again with the Pierce here, Testyourluck stuck in the corner. We're gonna, yeah, early burst. He has seen what happens if you just let him run his pressure.
Yeah, and great stuff from Testyourluck. Immediately going heavy into the offense, knowing Eddie is gone. That's just, and oh my god.
Again, breaking the law.
Putting himself in the same situation where he was thrown in game 1, but this time breaking the law to force Testyourluck to whip the throw. That is galaxy brain stuff there from Vinny G.
As far as I'm concerned, Vinny G is a felon. He's just been breaking law the whole night.
Yeah, someone call a cop.
Oh my god. Testyourluck has a bar. And the YRC unfortunately does not hit Eddie, and full punishment from Vinny G.
Yeah, Zato was too far away for the YRC to really benefit anyway. There's a big counter hit, pushed all the way into the corner with the triple S sequence.
Nice, the double 2K to catch the back dash, and another Nagoriyuki round. Will the super be enough here?
Here we go. Chop this man to bits, send him through the wall. Not quite enough to kill, but one touch will do it. Chipp is a factor.
Pixel and a dream right now, and the dust will do it.
Yep, fast RC there. I mean, fast dust, excuse me.
One on the rounds. Both players adjusting so well to each other.
Vinny G is scoring so many counter hits on this 2S's, really catching Testyourluck's startup. A lot of brave challenging.
Just letting the 2H rip there at that range. One very high right now. Can't risk any specials.
Yeah, wonderful whip punish there from Testyourluck, noticing that the 2D whip and immediately punishing him with a standing H.
Oh, wow, the trigger.
PRC to get out of breaking the wall. Vinny is nasty.
No, my God.
And there we go. He doesn't have Eddie, but he's still maintaining this pressure.
Oh, now we're playing fast and loose right now. Just kind of throwing things out. Eddie wasn't even out yet for that dust, but works out for Vinny there too. 0 right now for Vinny G. I cannot believe. Break the law, PRC forward, jump forward, whiff the grab, full punish on the other side.
That is something I absolutely stress every time Vinny is up in these games. Focus, or not focus, but at least pay attention to the way that he utilizes breaking the law. He uses it so incredibly... I'm struggling to find the word here. So unique. The way that he uses it pales. It makes other Zato players like look small for him, you know? He uses it way better than any other Zato player I've ever seen has.
All right, it's starting out already. Oh my gosh, the damage back now. Testyourluck. Oh no, there it is.
Yeah, but there's the Drunker going straight into the combo, jumping over this. Yep, he's gonna block this. Not able to get the punish though, because he blocked it in the air and allowed it to be safe.
Still going here, 5K. There we go. Testyourluck trying to get one on the board here.
Again, Vinny G knows that against Nagoriyuki it's incredibly dangerous to challenge around stars, so he is either jumping back or holding down back in each of these situations. And there's the wall break too. The wall with the 6H.
Oh my gosh, the the 2S whip punish there was almost a big combo, but
yeah, BRC invite L to continue the combo, pushing all the way to the corner. Core carry is so important in this game, especially in this matchup. Getting the Eddie-less wall break combo here too.
you'll love to see it. Oh, nice jump back on the BRC forward and great block on the uncharged dust.
Look at this, it's like Eddie isn't stopping.
But out the heavy slashes stop any pressure moving in, but Eddie now in play, has to FD and ran out there, might have tried to jump or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eddie just completely destroys your meter for constantly FDing. You kind of got to blink FD if you want to maintain any sense of meter.
Oh no, and the Pierce perfectly spaced there for that first game.
The burst did, though, get rid of Eddie, which is important. It allowed Testyourluck to push himself out of the corner, so it still works out in his favor.
It has a great position now here in the corner. Has that level 3, but he'll be kicking down a little bit. Oh gosh, pose here into the sword. There we go. Positive bonus, and Eddie.
Oh, canceling Pierce into another frog. Great RC there.
Juggle.
That RC after, whoa, the super dash.
Oh, nice. There we go. The dust into the corner will just be enough. There it is.
Vinny G didn't even have to spend super, and he takes it a clean. Yeah, in this round start situation, of course, Zintai is going to want to move backwards. Of course. It is almost always what you're going to see. Marvelo and Chipp players are going to move forward. That is what Chipp loves to do. He loves to smother.
Absolutely, got the jumping heavy. A little farther into the wall here, 2H into the Rekkas. Nice jump over.
Yeah, the awareness there to jump over rainwater and going for this other side mix-up.
Yeah, Slade is able to escape, continuing with these little delayed pressures with the Rekkas, things like that.
All right, trying to impress with that JS, but he gets caught and pushed into the corner here. They're going to go ahead and wake up super.
Oh, the reversal super is going to connect so much damage here on Chipp and Marvelo. Plenty of meter, plenty of resources, just one more touch, and that could be the touch he needs.
Yeah, that 6K RC, such an incredible tool.
Pulled him in, jumps over, the reposition is smart. That's a punish from that distance. You've got to be more careful as Zintai in these close range situations.
Yeah, Zintai had the meter to RC it, but just wasn't ready for it. Of course, that is punishable by many characters. Chipp has the easiest time punishing it, just how bad it is.
2S trades in anti-airs, usually in Axel's favor.
That's something in this game. If you trade while on the ground and your opponent's in the air, it's almost always in your favor. About 95% of situations.
KPD into Rekkas. Is that going to connect with him is the question.
Oh, it is.
Oh, absolutely.
When you have the meter, if you see Chipp vanish, throwing out super is an incredibly, very useful tool for Axel. It'll almost always hit him, especially if you're in the corner.
Yes, he blocks the double overhead. Continuing to just look for these counter hits, and there's the 2K.
Yeah, a little bit of stagger pressure there.
Marvelo has to be more careful if he's going to be the one initiating these staggers. And he's just going to land the jump in here. Alpha counter tries to throw the shuriken for the meaty, but he's able to escape.
I like that idea.
But the ideas are not panning out here. So much damage down Zintai to the corner. The wall is broken. Dust first.
With the JP, the wall had so much damage done to it. That's all it took.
Yeah, there's the burst. Still in this, but not by much. There's the great RC.
Fast RC gets the conversion into the after bomber too. All right.
Backwards was good, but you've got to find the connection here, and there it is on the jump in low. Marvelo.
Yep, up one now, taking it to Zintai. I really liked there at the end when we saw that Zintai RC'd and did 2S into a full conversion, and then when he went under again and had the opportunity, when Marvelo RC'd, he just played patient. He did not want to get caught in his startup by a JD or a JH and immediately lose the round. So that was a pretty smart move there from Zintai. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to take it back after that. But Marvelo is also just playing Chipp so well. I mean, he did play this matchup earlier, so he definitely he's warmed up to it right now. We'll have to see if Zintai can consistently keep him out because he's having some trouble.
All right, so like you said at the round start, Chipp is definitely going to want to look to be the aggressor. Just needs to be a little more controlled about how he does it. That backdash into the dash forward is a great way to start. Counter hit trade, pushed him all the way to the corner, and the command throw. We are already in the mix-up.
Yeah, Zintai did not have the meter to throw out a super that time. Fishes him in, trades to get the corner. There it is, 2K into the throw.
Yeah, loving the tick throw ideas there. Double overhead on the way down, gets another throw. Zintai continuing to apply such great pressure. That is a statement of a round from Zintai.
Yeah, that double overhead so effective, especially when you have the meter to bird off of it. Axel's able to go into full bomber loop with a RC drift downward.
Bar slash twice in a row. PRC forward, continuing to just dispense mids here, just keeping him locked down.
And Zintai having to fight his way out of the corner here, but Marvelo is not allowing it, pushing him just back. The counter hit JS will do it, unless Marvelo throws out the burst to maintain the corner there.
Clone gets the RC on the first hit that he's able to use the RC to get there. Tries to go for the 2K. YRC pushes him away, and Zintai gets the throw to swap the sides. Heavy. Can't apply pressure with the alpha counter.
Oh, tries to go for the JH again, but smart from Marvelo there to go for the 6B.
Jump over. Still just trying to weave that shuriken in. Oh, and 6K. Again, very nice. Just sneaking in these overheads. Marvelo is always keeping it close on these end situations. Water into Renson.
Yeah, not throwing out another Renson was a really smart idea there from Zintai. Marvelo could have easily seen it and immediately jumped over for the punish. Oh, tries to run underneath with him for a cheeky little mix-up.
Ooh, and was looking to bait the throw there, too, with the attempt at the Rainwater. Marvelo just declines the whole situation. There's the hit he needs, and it's time. Got plenty of resources and plenty of time to get this comeback.
And that's what we're talking about, too. That was a punish off of a 5P, but Marvelo is still able to take it with the bomber there.
Yeah, I love that from Zintai. As soon as he gets that counter hit on the jump in, he knows he has time. Close slash into that bomber on the counter hit. I mean, the earlier in the combo it is, the easier it is. That is a, yeah, I mean, that's the bread and butter at that point.
For sure. But like I was mentioning earlier, that is exactly what we're talking about when we talk about Chipp's speed. Just a regular 5P. He was able to get punished for it just because Marvelo was running forward, saw, predicted something was going to come out, and just jumped. Just a regular jump in.
Yes. Jump heavy. Didn't get the hit. Didn't get anything off it. Nice jump in to continue the pressure here on Zintai.
Wonderful backdash there on Wake Up.
Yeah, I was going to say the backdash just timed perfectly. Throw, continues to press him to the corner here. Wake Up DP finally from Marvelo, starting to disrespect those.
Yeah, Zintai wasn't able to time the safe jump well enough, and now he's pushed here into the corner, forced to burst if he wants to stay alive.
Okay, into Snail, continuing to apply a good amount of pressure, and actually look for the pull-in after that.
That's a wonderful adjustment there for Zintai to try out. Every time that he's thrown out Renson, Marvelo's run forward. So Chipp's speed could be a detriment there to him running straight into the vacuum.
Oh, looked like he was going to try and go for the triple overhead, but instead he's going to find the DP. Double 6K into DP from Marvelo. He's starting to get some reads coming through. For the counter hit poke there. He's trying to get the round bounce on that far heavy.
All right, nice little pressure here from Marvelo. He's playing it kind of really patient, not pressing too much.
Okay. 2H after the OTGs. Send him as far away as possible. PRC into 2S.
Yeah, just gonna get the reel in. OTG to. You have to be ready for those situations. After you get OTG'd, Axel's 100% throwing out that 2H.
Okay, trying to go for the run-up. Throws again, this time for a punish. Zintai is absolutely on one. Looking like a grappler with the way he's finding these throws. Marvelo. His counter hit, and more importantly, repositioned himself out of the corner there. This is a huge cash out for Marvelo.
Yeah, but there's the counter hit JH, those new jumping counter hit buffs working really well in Axel's favor with his JH.
The dash away still weaves himself away from the PRC. Another counter hit is blocked. He drops it though, and still, 6K to finish.
I was about to say, like, when is Zintai going to burst? He has to here.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely holding on to it. I mean, at that point, you start looking for it definitely turns into one of those situations where you have to start looking for a gold burst whenever you can. Like Camp coming through 7 months. The 2-month streak. Thank you so much, Camp, as always, for being here, man.
Yeah, that is something that the lower that your health gets while you're holding on to burst, every hit is just way more sweat. Like, let's look at it. The lower your health is, the less chances you have to burst, so the higher the chances of getting burst baited are. So sometimes it can be better to burst with a little higher health or even towards Zintai. Like, there we go. Early burst from Zintai, trying to fight his way out of the corner. But again, Chipp is so fast, just immediately pressing.
Two counter hits in a row. Hammer Blade into the double overhead attempt. Zintai was already up backing. The command throw comes through. Say Marvelo's progressions on offense work out so well. I mean, he's a master of offense at this point, truly.
And Zintai's no slouch on defense.
Heavy, fast RC, not enough damage though. It is just enough damage.
I was praising his defense just as he gets hit by a mix-up there.
Oh, what a great way to finish that for Marvelo. Set point now here on the loser's bracket side.
Trying to go for that JH. He really wants those JH counter hits. There's the conversion off of the 5P. Look at that push all the way into the corner.
I love that. And he's starting to adapt to the FDs here from Zintai. Zintai's FDing in amazing places, so he's going one Rekka dash up instead now. Already starting to adjust.
And goes for the wall slide combo there. Or wall slide setup, excuse me.
JP has kept him locked down in the corner, went for the jumping S. Zintai continuing to just look for any breathing room here. Marvelo just threatening with his body close enough to make sure he can't escape anywhere. This is the RC. Is it enough?
It should be. He should get that wall break, and that'll be it. And Marvelo takes it, sending Zintai home.
Yeah, 3-2. Huge showing from Marvelo. Yeah, I mean, that was we said earlier that Zintai versus Vinny was like writing the book on this matchup, and we'll see how Stealthy can handle it. As we've said, you want to stand right outside of that 2S range, so you're far enough to where Macho can't threaten you with normals, but close enough where he can stop summons. And so far, not looking good for Stealthy.
No, I mean, again, like most of Axel's matchups, once you get in on him, he melts, he explodes.
Yeah, but no Eddie Zato versus Axel in neutral. In theory, Zato should be able to get nothing started here. It's more about being creative and how you find your ways. Just like that. That jumping button was enough to scare Stealthy into going into some movement. He got a summon, half the life bar off of one summon.
Stealthy trying to go for standing S stagger. Oh, gets him with the low option here. One thing that makes this matchup incredibly difficult for Zato that we're about to find out here is Zato's air option, air mobility is so slow that it's basically just like, I am a big part.
Oh, never mind, he has the fastest air movement in the game.
Yeah, I
lied. 8-way dash. Holy moly.
Bro, when you see Zato dashing around like Doom and Marvel.
5P to close it out. Stealthy still able to close that, so evens it up on rounds.
Yeah, Stealthy always has that charge on deck, ready to get those conversions off of those straight hits.
Yeah, that was a whole offensive string. Started off of one bad snail from Stealthy here just to show how this matchup can snowball. That's 2 command grabs in a row.
Yeah, 2 scoops.
He's going low. No slash just for the meaty. Frog afterwards. Didn't have time to go for the super though.
Oh, the BRC forward catches the burst.
And that's like the most important thing to highlight about this matchup is we always say with Axel, oh, like everything you do is a commitment, right? But that was the picture perfect round to explain why. Stealthy does 5P and he does snail from more than a character length away. Macho dashes up and punishes him once, and that entire game snowballs off of one snail. A round start 5P snail lost that round.
Give my man DP back.
Bro, listen, he doesn't need it in this one. Come on.
He needs it. At least parry. Come on.
1-0
Roberto
here.
agrees.
1-0 here for Macho.
All right, there we go. There's an example you see. Oh, using the burst really early on for Macho to push Stealthy into the corner.
That was an incredible momentum burst here, and the momentum it has brought. Able to break the wall with the sword. Eddie is back. Positive bonus. Stealthy in so much trouble here.
He did that momentum burst in the very first game too, and it worked out for him also.
Next one, Macho is just continuing to apply such a great amount of pressure. That's an amazing jump over for Stealthy though.
Yeah, he has to harass him with that JS. JS is one of the best buttons in this matchup.
Has to stop him out of the flight too. So like, as we say, swat the fly here and there.
Zato is a very fat and slow fly when he is flying in the air.
That's a wide boy for sure.
Oh, tries to go for the double overhead there with the fast RC.
Good block for sure. 2K2D into 2H. Should be enough to chip here soon. Macho has to be so careful. Anything will do it. And 2S just barely hits him.
Just coming out from the screen there. Yeah, that's something. See, you noticed Macho before wasn't really using fly a whole lot. And now that he started to lean into it a bit in that last round, he lost. So that's something he needs to keep doing what is working.
Oh, and that is Stealthy has been going same side overhead all day. Finally with the cross up low.
Wow, incredible defense there from Stealthy, able to block both cross ups.
But it's not over yet. Sword into the drill.
The Zato Classic force you to block forever.
He lived through 2 Eddie gauges. Stealthy blocks everything.
Stealthy knows as an Axel player, you have to have top defense to make it this far.
RC off of that.
Yeah, he wants the wall break. No! And that would look like an input error there. He is going to get hit in the face.
No, he jumps out of it. He's able to cancel out of the flight. I guess he was low enough to the ground to where he got out of his flight in time.
It looked like it. Or he was just holding back. You can block in the air.
I mean, he's a genius. He never questioned Macho. If there's anything that I've learned in my travels.
Macho's godlike.
We'll see if Macho can get one more in a row here. Stealthy, I love, by the way, shouts to Stealthy's IGN, dude. Dude, JS, my beloved, is an incredible in-game talent.
It is, and then whenever he hosts games, says JS, carry me. All right, here's the pressure. Oh, the frog conversion. Not able to get the pickup, though.
Yeah, OTG with close slash. They're going to have Eddie back in time here.
This is the 3rd game Macho has bursted early to keep that pressure in the corner, and it is working out every single time for him.
Okay, one jab into RC. I like that. Just to make sure.
All right, Stealthy trying to fight for this time. All those just blocks, too, from Macho, but gets reeled back in. This time, instead of going for a low, goes for the throw.
Oh, RC's down. He's able to convert that. He's going to break the wall, and he's going to get the kill.
And shouts to Leaper for subscribing with the Prime. Dude,
Leaper1, thank you so much. As always, thank you to everybody who's coming through. Macho is on set point now here in Winners Finals. JS working so hard to deal with here from Stealthy. He's finding all the right places to put it in, but...
And this movement, too, from Macho jumping in. That hitbox is a lot lower than it looks like it is.
And a gold burst. Really good call out here. Now he has a reversal on deck. He has a safe reversal on deck, so Macho needs to be more cognizant when he's pressuring.
Yeah, but you also have to look at Macho's risk. He needs to keep up this pressure, give his wrist some time to go down. If he gets hit, it's going to hurt. Well, looks like he might not get here. There's the super.
Has RC if he needs it. He does not need it. Now he still has 50 meter for this next, the next part of this.
He caught Zato doing a manual Eddie call, which was why Zato wasn't able to burst there. I mean, block there, excuse me.
Is that enough to kill? Oh, he's still alive. He has RC. He's going to use the YRC.
There's the burst again to maintain the corner. He has no more meter. Just chip him out. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, and the drills are enough to chip, and that's so smart from Macho to structure himself in a way where man, Chipp versus Zato.
Chipp versus Zato is honestly a matchup that I am not too familiar with. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Seems like on paper, it's probably relatively even here. Chipp can do a great job of rushing down Zato, being able to stop him from getting summons off. When the summon comes off, Chipp is not going to get to play, and if he gets touched, you know what happens next.
Absolutely. I mean, it goes to both sides, though. Zato with no guns, meaning when you look at his health bar, what you see is what you get. There is no damage reduction here.
Oh, and that was a beautiful sequence there. Vinny G, that was exactly the, you ever see the meme of like Captain Falcon doing the knee and Marth doing all the math? Vinny tries to go for a quadruple same side. Marvelo wakes up deep.
I mean, when you got a DP, you got to do it.
Hey, sometimes. Medium by Hell.
Oh, stuffing Eddie out of his startup there. And there's the command grab in the corner. Marvelo just being relentless with the pressure here in the corner. PRC to block the burst.
He reacts to it. He saw he was already off the ground. Trying to go for the clone turn skills, continuing on. All these knockdowns, all these trades so heavily in Marvelo's favor, and that is it for the first game.
Yeah, all Marvelo that game. Just showing dominance. We talk about it a lot. I mean, Zato, as strong as he is on offense, as strong as he is with Eddie, he is another one of those characters who has very poor defense. If you can't get Eddie going, there's not much you can do. And when you're on top of him, he can't get Eddie going. And that's the way it works.
I just want to address in the chat, too. That is the best way to look at it. As time goes on, as you have less time for fighting games, just grind the amount that you want to grind. Just be realistic with your expectations and play and have fun. That's literally the best thing you can do, for sure.
All right, throwing out the Gamma Blade early on there. That was a strange situation there. There's the early burst.
Yeah, off the close flash. Going for the jump in heavy.
Yeah, Vinny G had to early burst there. Did not want to get put into the corner.
Dude, and that's another situation where Vinny has been caught trying to finesse Marvelo, and Marvelo has pressed his dash macro and held it, and just ran past what he was trying to do. Like, there's been a lot of opportunities for Vinny to be a little more solid and a little more, I guess, try and go for less tricks. Marvelo is not falling for tricks. Marvelo is running past tricks. Like,
and look at all those hits onto a post, saving Vinny's life right there.
Bar slash, Frog keeps him locked down here. This is where Vinny thrives, but again, the unsummon. And unsummon, it was good to save your Eddie, but all of this pressure is coming off of that one unsummon, giving Marvelo that inch to run with.
Yeah, Marvelo was also able to turn the tide around by 2P'ing the gap between Eddie's Pierce. That is a very big knowledge gem. Pierce is not free. You cannot let Zatos make you think it's free, but there is the block on the DP.
Surprisingly low damage on the punish, though.
Yeah, the Frog didn't catch, so he wasn't able to really convert too much.
Corner of Pierce again, went for Drunkard into the Frog. Not quite able to fully convert, but the command throw will certainly do it.
That command throw does a deceptive amount of damage.
Yeah, it's way higher than you think. Oh, Bar H twice in a row into the 2P. So many counter hits. Marvelo pressed him all the way to the corner.
Trying to go for the command throw, having a pose there to back him up so he won't get punished. Oh no, it looked like he wanted to drift forward with the PRC.
I was so ready. That double 2Ks, able to delay himself, had to go for the RC after that. He's going to get absolutely blown out there for the overhead. So unsafe.
Oh, trying to use that fly to get out with the J8.
Block on the J2K, continuing this pressure, but Vinny is holding up.
I like that how he cancels Pierce to Pierce to not close that gap.
Yes.
There is that gap between the first hit. He immediately just Pierce into Pierce so that that gap does not exist.
Marvelo has 50 meter here. How he spends it is going to be so important. If Vinny gets a summon here, we're going to need to see a wire. So, he 2Ps. He's able to stop the Frog, and now he has meter for the kill.
But Vinny does have burst, and there it is. Gold burst, immediately going to throw out the sword, set that pressure down. And he still has 50 more meter to work with here.
BRC forward, 2P into the command throw. Vinny is starting to adjust so well. Most importantly is that Marvelo is so content to block. He's so confident in his defense. Again, as I've said before, Marvelo is a player that comes from Marvel vs. Capcom. So he is more than comfortable in these situations. He's not afraid to block. He knows his defense can hold up, and he knows how to avoid blocking. Vinny is starting to take so much advantage of how confident Marvelo is in his blocking. That's where all these command throws are coming from. And for Vinny to have gotten that info in 2 games, dude, he's downloading at fiber optic speeds.
Yeah, we've seen how great of a player Vinny is, how well he is able to just really take those things and download. And shout out to Admiral Funk. I see him back there with his subscription.
My boy on production right now. Shouts to homie. Tucked over. Only 1 hit of jump ace. That was a pretty crazy sequence that ends up with Marvelo back on top.
PRC just jumping up, trying to keep him on his toes. Potemkin. My more than tried to bait the burst 2 times there, and Marvelo was still able to get the goal burst. And you're seeing Marvelo is consistently 2P'ing Eddie. That is what is really deciding how well he's playing this matchup.
Okay. 2K 2D does another 2D into clone with the overhead. 6P afterwards. Vinny is making huge defensive callouts here.
And you saw that time too. Vinny immediately went into a pose. In the situations where Marvelo was 2P'ing Eddie, Vinny G recognized that and decided to throw out a pose so that the 2P would be blocked.
So there's the gold burst. Vinny on a decent amount of meter here. He's going to go PRC forward. Drilled afterwards, continuing this pressure. And again, Marvelo is too confident in down backing here. Vinny is abusing him for it.
Look at all these frogs thinking little Eddie is gone, but Vinny G is so good at no Eddie pressure.
Bar slash lets all the hits rock and then goes into the RC afterwards. Drill into burst. Okay, Marvelo, one more shot. If you were going to take a shot, this is a great way to start.
Yeah, we're going to go all the way to the wall. Opts not to break. Instead goes for the command throw this time. He's going to get a mix-up. The BRC to see the mix-up. Great stuff from Vinny G, but he gets tossed anyway.
And in the same way that Marvelo is getting too confident in his ability to block, Vinny is getting too confident in a pose. Marvelo is starting to throw in a lot of throws. The command throw and that normal throw were both in reaction to an oppose. 5K and he converts it!
Yeah, into the wall break. That's positive bonus. This meter's going to build up fast.
Oh, and he does it again! The same situation, he's been able to block that burst.
Oh, there's the JH conversion. Again, you saw a pose right when he knows that Marvelo wants to draw a 2P to stuff Eddie.
Marvelo has his own RC here. Able to get the hit. RCs for the damage. Pushing it to the corner. Not enough to kill, but the command throw is certainly enough.
And that's something you're seeing a lot too, is that Marvelo will go ahead and throw out that 6P to cause the tumble state, and then run up and immediately command grab right when you recover. And Vinny G has not been ready for it. I wouldn't have been ready for it either, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see that the adjustments that both of these two are making, the winning game plan for both players is essentially the same. They are both so confident in blocking that, like, throw is the answer. It's just funny to watch two people come to the same conclusion, like, damn, I can't hit this guy. I got to just throw him. Like...
And I like that the option for Vinny G is to consistently go for command throw just in case Marvelo decides to throw out Data Blade.
Ooh, double pierce again, trying to close that gap. 2P is answered by the frog, all the way to the corner now, but it cost the full Eddie gauge. Marvelo's going to burst afterwards.
He had to burst there, took just enough time to get Eddie back, but Eddie is stuffed yet again.
Okay, Alpha Blade cross up. I think that's that pressure. He is getting away with that clone so often.
He's doing it at such close ranges too that it's very hard to contest. And there's the fall off the wall into the low, and here's the command grab. Doesn't even need the meter to finish it.
So he had the RC if he chose to, but like you said, this is set point here for Vinny G. This is the tournament life on the line, and that is quite the conversion off the cross up. Keeps it same side. Marvelo's pressure is ramping up here.
Again, flipping onto the same side. Again, going for the wall slump mix up there.
Yeah, definitely optimal stuff with Chipp. I would say that the future of Chipp is in that wall stick, I would say, as long as that's in the game. Block the frog. Here comes the sword. Continuing pressure. Marvelo still content to block.
Vinny G tried to go for the command throw, just a little too far away, whipped it. Had to RC there to maintain the momentum and keep the corner.
6P oppose. Get the combo though, and 6P answers straight away. Marvelo's back in control corner.
Plugging in just out of the air with the JH.
Tap 5D, it wasn't enough, but the jump forward P, he anti-airs with the air-to-air Marvelo.
Finals match here, both these guys.
Losers.
Sorry, losers finals, excuse me.
Okay.
Stealthy versus Marvelo.
Marvelo, back on his Chipp versus Axel grind, and this one is the run back.
Yeah, now we're at it. This one is the one that Marvelo won earlier, so... Sorry, Stealthy won earlier,
Yeah,
excuse me.
so Marvelo's trying to get his way back into this. Trying to go for the dash up. He low profile, standing heavy with 2K. First time I've seen that.
All right, you're seeing a lot of harassment here from Stealthy with the JS, one of Axel's strongest tools. But if you rely on it a little too much, you're going to get counter hit like that. And this is going to push all the way to the corner for a wall break.
Okay, has plenty of meter too. Make a block. Tries to go for the slowest walk forward.
Oh my god, the reaction needed to 2 keys with 6H from Axel was kind of godlike.
Dude, and it's answered straight away by the Wake Up Super. Marvelo had 200 meter, just unfortunately didn't have time to access it.
Oh, trade there in Axel's favor. Stealthy gonna get a full conversion here, reeling them back in to go for the mix-up.
Okay, there's your throw. Dashed him all the way to the corner and gets another one. Oh no, this is so much trouble for Stealthy.
6P into the wall break here. 6P was just enough to wall splash. Look at this air movement from Marvelo, just jumping over anything Stealthy tries to go for.
Okay, going for the 6K into the PRC. Bomber off of that.
And that was an incredible RC there from Marvelo. Marvelo able to notice that Stealthy was in the air when he hit him with the counter hit, so he wasn't going to be able to land it first.
And playing as Axel, playing a ranged character, the extendo normals like Dalsum, plenty of built-in anti-airs. Stealthy does jumping K to air him.
Hey, look, Axel can get in there and brawl with the best of them, okay? He really can. It's not something you really consider because none of his buttons are plus on block at all. But Axel is deceptively decent at close range.
Oh, he fights for sure. With the next game coming up. Again, he low profiles those normals from Marvelo. And that seems like a very consistent thing he's looking for.
Trying to jump out and mix up in the corner there, but Marvelo was ready with the pickup, forcing Stealthy to throw out the burst and stay alive. Again, more of this harassment here with JS.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this is Marvelo's movement is baiting Stealthy into going for a lot of different options. But Stealthy just never found any success with pretty much any of those normals, and now Marvelo's breaking the wall with a super off of it.
You know, already into the positive bonus.
2K2D, one hit of the Rekka. I love the little delay.
Trying to go for the stagger pressure, PRCing 4 because that is unsafe.
Ooh, 6P punish. And then the jumping H. Okay, Marvelo getting ahead again, but we've seen this once already and Stealthy brought it back.
But Marvelo, oh my god, the counter hit overhead on the Rekka.
Dude, so much damage off of that. Kind of cheesed it out, half the life already for Stealthy.
Yeah, there are certain moves for each character that are really powerful counter hit starters, especially with the portal counters. Getting hit by the overhead Rekka is absolutely one of Chipp's highest damage starters.
2D twice in a row. Into the Alpha Blade. Dude, so much pressure. Just never came up for air for a second. Stealthy. There's not even anything to break down there. Stealthy got put down, bro. That was
he didn't get a chance to play the game.
Yeah, and I mean, that is definitely the, you are accepting a lifestyle where that is a possibility when you are an Axel player for sure.
That's the Guilty Gear special. That almost looked like an Exerd round. The whole goal of a Guilty Gear character is to not let your opponent play the game.
Duel 1.
So with it 1-1 now. Well, round start 2D. He's trying to go for big call-outs, looking for those knockdowns early.
Oh, the just block on the 2H, able to run up and punish. Marvelo absolutely ready for it. PRC to keep the pressure going. Didn't have the meter to convert off the 6K.
Oh, I think he thought he was going to send him way farther there. Actually forced the burst off of him.
Blocking the cross up there. Stealthy ready for it.
6P gets punished from that distance.
Yeah, Axel 6P, trash.
Yeah, definitely, certainly his worst button. The fast RC forces the burster. Stealthy, he's going to try and be a hero. Yeah, now that he has all that real estate behind him, he might do it.
Here we go. He's got a little bit of Oki. Goes for the OTG instead. Wants to push into the corner as much as possible. Gets the throw. RC. There it is. Stealthy up one round.
Yeah, well worth the spent burst.
Stealthy is, of course, moving back at the start of these rounds, but Marvelo is doing such a good job of getting those first blood, establishing pressure early on.
Good block, the double overhead. Doesn't work out. Dude, so many counter hits in a row. Marvelo's just finding him in all the right places.
Yeah, Marvelo tried to go for the mix-up there. Probably should have went for the cashing out the damage. Now he gave Stealthy the chance to get out of the corner and create space. But out of one corner, into another corner. Fast RC into Alpha Blade. Look at this absolutely blistering blunder here from Marvelo.
Gold versus block, but no punish.
Yeah, Gold Burst is pretty difficult to punish because you are invisible all the way down.
Stealthy gonna try and be a hero once again. No, not this time.
Yeah, JD is gonna do it. JD is also hits at that like exact angle that that 2S goes up at for Axel.
Double close slash from an Axel player. Not something I thought I was gonna see today.
You see that 3-hit combo and how much damage he did, or 4-hit combo?
I mean, his buttons are tuned to not be used like that, so that's kind of sick.
There's the throw, no OTG, goes for the safe jump instead, straight into the instant overhead, and a perfect there for Stealthy.
Stealthy makes it 2-1 now, continuing to apply a good amount of pressure here. Marvelo is closing the gap well. He's not getting enough reward per touch is the problem here. And I know that Chipp generally is viewed as like a death by 1,000 cuts, but on this current build of the game, I do not think that's the case. This is a character where you need to be doing good amounts of damage. You are breaking the wall or leaving them in a horrific situation every touch.
Absolutely, his combos are a lot more consistent in this version of the game. So, like you said, that death by 1,000 cuts mantra doesn't really apply to him anymore.
That's the old Chipp. This is the new Chipp. The new Chipp is way more high flying. The combos are consistent. The damage is very high.
Yeah, that old Chipp is old busted. This is the new hot.
Exactly.
Right?
Thank you. That's with the heavy, got the counter hit. Stealthy through the wall. Alpha Blade is blocked, very nice, but he's actually able to find a little bit of chip damage there with the shuriken.
All right, we got this full screen pressure again from Stealthy, but again, Marvelo is able to just push in and chips him out there. Stealthy was not FDing. And the air movement from Marvelo is really, I think, is what's deciding this matchup. Marvelo just knows how to move through the air and get in on Stealthy, make Stealthy with all these buttons.
Forced to go for the PRC, nice backdash, burst for momentum. Marvelo wants to keep him in the corner here, wants to put his mark on this match here, and gets his burst out of it.
Yeah, I mean, Marvelo needs this round to get the momentum even up, swing it more to his favor.
He needs to keep the dream alive there. Alpha Blade into the PRC. He navigates the combo so well, and that ending string is exactly what we're talking about. He's able to convert very consistently into 2H. Alpha Blade, he PRCs, he knows where he's going to end up. He gets a guaranteed follow-up. This is not the Chipp of old. This is a new beast to deal with. This is a, dare I say, I'm going to just say it. This is like a maybe top 3 character. Chipp is in unbelievable shape right now.
I think the fact that we're having so many discussions and arguments about who is top 3 shows the health
of this game.
That is a
Agreed.
Very good thing when people cannot agree on who top 3 is.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
But we're moving on into our game 5 here. JKJD there to push a full screen. JG, one of Axel's more underutilized buttons, but it's still a great one there. And Stealthy has consistently started to go for these jumps onto the other side into 2K for the mix-up. But Marvelo has blocked it every single time.
Okay, same amount of damage. Tries to go for the wall cling mix-up, and it does work out. Oh, he is just foot on the pedal, dude. The gas is down. Stealthy needs to be so careful here. Has to be... No, okay, 6P.
Yeah, but again, a burst from Marvelo to keep Stealthy in the corner where he wants him, and there's the wall break. Not quite enough to kill.
6P's the jump in again. Stealthy, if Stealthy's going to swing defensively, he needs to make better choices about where he's swinging. Because every single one of those touches was counter hit. That was an amazing poke right there. Half the life off.
Yeah, like I've said a couple times, counter hit JH is one of Axel's strongest stars, especially in this build of the game. The way that counter hit air buttons work.
Marvelo jumps forward when he sees that Rainwater's going to come out. He's starting to adapt to even the little things.
using the Alpha Blade in the air instead of landing, trying to get that little cross-up.
But Stealthy's defense is continuing to hold up fairly well. I mean, this is just a problem of you can't block forever.
2K2D, there it is. Other side, using the FD break to make sure that he lands just enough.
Oh, and that is enough. Marvelo is going to find his way through, and it helps it grow. So that's focus up on the good stuff, guys.
But we're here into our grand finals now.
Speaking of the good
Macho
stuff.
playing the Zato versus Marvelo, whose health bar is about to be gone on loser's side with Chipp here. Yeah, but Macho's already started off so strong here early on. Hasn't even gotten hit once. Oh, the devil there.
Here's trying to follow up. Keeping him locked down, so locked down at all points, and he 6Ps again! Marvelo tries to steal the turn with dash up 6P Macho. The second 6P usually wins in those situations.
It's something we saw early on in that match, too. The moment that Macho got hit and the momentum was turned around, early burst. Macho loves to early burst to keep that momentum going.
Connecting into the sword, not close enough to break the wall, and that's honestly a bad thing for Marvelo. He would have preferred the real estate behind him, but instead, that's... Can I... what time? Game 1?
That's over. That's it. That's it.
Macho?
Chipp melts, my brother.
Oh my god, dude. That is a tough draw there. I mean, Macho's just fast and furious. We see a lot of Zatos that play defensively, try to choose their spots. It's another case of there's no threading the needle, it's just making a bigger hole. Macho is going to continue to press forward. This momentum, this type of pace is not going to stop. Marvelo has to match it or enforce his own pace on Macho.
Marvelo also needs to be ready for those really early bursts that Macho likes to do to try and maintain that momentum. But first, he's got to get in through the storm of just eddy pressure. Jumping out and using Fly JD to create some space there.
Let's continue to press him on. Pierce, he's looking for the chip, and yeah, as soon as you see the opposing gets to throw another perfect for Macho.
2 perfects in a row. Macho is tasting the blood.
Nice jump back, 2S counter hit.
Yeah,
actually it didn't combo into Invite Hell. Marvelo just didn't block it.
Yeah, Poe's definitely saved him there, though. But all right, Marvelo's finally able to get, and as I say that, there's the gold burst immediately into sword. Swing the momentum into Macho's favor.
PRC's forward. PRC instead of sword. Choice here, but man, does it work out for him. 6P to stop the breakout.
That is the second time we've seen that exact situation when he knows that that is Marvelo's chance to draw out a button to try and change momentum. He immediately 6Ps.
Hold on. He's got the super. There's a ton of damage here. One more mix-up. Potentially gets a command throw. Watch out for the YRC here for Macho. In the trade. Oh, that's another one. This is... Bro, we're going to get a Summoning Salt video on Grand Finals right now. Macho is about to set the world record at this point. 2-0. That was for all 6 people in the chat that
Yeah, you watched that Wii Sports video yet?
It was fire, dude. It's the only YouTuber I'm notifications on for. Oh my god. Oh, dude, 2-0. Macho is just... there's no holes in the gameplay right now. There's nothing to say about it. He's playing every situation about as good as you can.
He seems to be an expert in the Chipp matchup. All right, Marvelo's not going to go down without a fight there. There's the mortal counter on the 2H. Get the wall break. 2D, excuse me.
Okay, out the counter's blocked. Good defense from Macho, and he mash out.
Yeah, you had to burst there. Another one of Zato's big starters on counter hit.
Another damage to kill, 6K. Okay, Marvelo said not so quietly into the night here.
Yeah, I think Marvelo heard you talking trash.
Hey, listen, bro. Whatever it takes to motivate the homie.
Oh,
I should talk more trash. Oh no, he's getting pressed so hard here. Invite Hell into the 2P. He's even mixing up how he's contesting the dash up. It was 2P that time instead of 6.
Yeah, and there, Marvelo's trying to poke out Eddie, but he just can't find the opportunity to do it. Has to Beta Blade to get himself out of the corner here.
Yeah, Beta Blade was a really good call.
Using the triple jump to stay in the air, forcing Macho to use all of his Eddie gauge. But again, Eddie comes back so fast.
Okay. He jumps the command throw, but doesn't get anything afterwards.
And he's put in the corner here. Eddie is back, and there. Burst tries the hero burst there. He still has another round. Probably should have held on to it.
Trying to hero that was a really tough one. So now one counter hit from Macho could just be the tournament.
There's invite Helipush into the corner. DPing out. DP starting to work out in Macho's favor. He's throwing it out a lot more.
Overhead, yeah. Okay, Alpha Blade seems to be the answer here for Marvelo, but going back to that Death by 1,000 cut style is going to make this so much more difficult with how explosive Zato can be.
Yeah, there's the YRC not only to kill Eddie, but also gets the blue beat combo.
Nice punish.
Macho does not want to let Marvelo get the momentum from winning this round. There's the RC, but he doesn't have Eddie, so he has to go for a non-Eddie combo.
That's so smart, though. Spending, and he gets the kill there with the frog. That's going to be Macho 3-0.
A clean 3-0. Congratulations to Macho taking it again in our Monday night strive here at TNS.
And I just want to say